is the 13th episode of the Gotcha Cast, I believe. And today we're having a real fun one. I brought some of the most controversial figures of the facets that they are on for their streaming or tweeting services. And we are going to be at each other's throats today, arguing Genshin Impact versus Wuthering Waves and what we think of Wuthering Waves 1 week post-launch. Maybe we fight, maybe we all agree. Who knows? But it is encouraged to stand your ground and, guard your beliefs. But it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of new phases here that I've never talked to, but I've always wanted to. And let's go ahead and get introductions out of the way. We're going to start off, firstly, with a guy who you guys already know looks a little bit different. Shinya, why are you so damn breedable now?
So I actually woke up yesterday. I just woke up like this. I went and got a haircut, and I just got a haircut, guys. Nothing else happened. It's just a haircut. I don't know why you guys.
You've been talking to NMP?
Yeah. Me and him have been talking a lot.
You got some Ozempic from him?
Yeah, we've been playing a lot of GTA RP.
Jesus.
He's showing me the ways.
Crazy. That is insane. All right, next up, we have the most sexy man in streaming history. A man with endurance like no other. We have Mr. Faubert once again.
I have no idea where you were going with that one.
You just look good, man. I like your new hairstyle. It's good.
Yeah, my girlfriend made me do this. Although, like, I won't say I don't mind it. I don't look like a absolute like hentai main character anymore. But anyways, yeah, I'm Master. I like titties and games with titties. All right.
Cool. An ass, dude. You play Nikkei, dude. Don't forget the ass.
Yeah, everybody play Nikkei. Also, this guy keeps. Listen, I swear to God, if you keep on watching videos of Nikkei characters and not playing it, I'm gonna report your stream.
It's so like Asmongold with Genshin, dude.
The guy's just edging. Just edging playing Nikkei.
I actually love playing Nikkei, but the problem is, like, I'm not gonna play it on stream. It's too much.
No. Honestly, if you get over that part. What if I told you Nikkei has more endgame than every gacha game you play right now?
Well, then you're just lying.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm
not.
I'm 100% not lying.
The endgame is the ass.
The solo raids and like the union raids, the ranking systems they go so sweaty. And but like you gotta min-max and like animation cancel and like quick snipe cancel. Like you gotta go. People literally use micros for Nikkei, by the way, and get banned. Like that's how sweaty it gets.
Really? How long to get to endgame? Out of curiosity.
I mean, it's as soon as you have like enough teams ready. I think solo raid's 5 teams. Like, Lakari, right? His favorite character, Alice, is probably the most high skill cap character. She requires like insane, like animation cancels.
No, that's not Lakari's favorite character.
Yeah, it is.
Lakari likes the kids.
Yeah, Alice kind of looks like one.
Oh, okay, yeah. Lakari's up, man. I don't know what's wrong with that guy. He needs help. Anyways, we'll bring him to Jesus later. Next up, we have my son, a man who completed a very long subathon, beat Sekiro dominantly, 0 deaths the whole playthrough, and we finally get to reunited because the fucking subathon's finally over. What up, Pokey?
Yo, what up? Yeah, it's good to be back. It's been a hot fucking minute. Because before this, it was like, I was in Shanghai, so it's been like so long since I've been here. So yeah, just good to be here.
How was the subathon, man? Was it good?
It was really, really good. Yeah, played a lot of variety, and also a bit Sekiro before you. So hey,
dude, if I open Sekiro on my computer blue screens, so I actually can't even try to play.
Right. Okay.
Stop with the right bullshit.
You've literally.
Okay.
There's a clip of it.
You've got the PC expert Wojito in your chat on standby, and you can't figure that shit out.
No, I mean, I could figure it out. I just
don't.
Got into his PC.
I know what I need.
Yeah.
They did. They're everywhere.
You could beat it, but you just don't want to beat it. So
I could go beat it at any time, but once again, I just don't feel like it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
where do you stop at again? Where do you stop at again?
I'm at the final boss.
Do you beat Demon of Hatred?
Well, it's optional.
No, but you can
have to beat it.
I mean, I could just go beat him. I could.
Do it, please.
Yeah.
And dude, I could beat up Sekiro. I could beat Demon of Hatred in 5 attempts. It's not hard.
Okay.
Okay. Listen, bro. Try Demon of Hatred, dude. Just try it, and you'll see. Because that motherfucker is the only boss that's like a Dark Souls boss that was transported to Sekiro. It makes no sense.
I bet you $5,000.
5,000?
I can beat him in 5 attempts.
No. Raise the money.
Without the cheese.
That's like one ad
Without the
run for you.
cheese.
Why would I
Oh,
say
there's
without
the
the cheese?
cheese.
Why would I not cheese
Without
it?
the cheese.
Why would I
Without
not
the
I saw
cheese
your
it?
owl fight.
I know
saw
the
your
cheese.
owl
Why
fight.
would I not cheese it? You see what I'm
Hey,
saying?
bro, if it's without a cheese, everyone should put 1,000 right now. It's free money.
I mean, it'd just be free. I mean, just, you know, hey,
Heck,
make
I
him
saw
walk
your
off the
owl
cliff.
fight.
It
You
is
just
what it
spammed the mortal
is.
blade.
It would be easy. I'll beat that later when I feel like. I just don't feel like it right now. Anyways, next up we got the most beautiful VTuber I've ever seen in my entire life. You know, this man, he had my back at some point in time doing a very controversial event, and without him, I don't think I'd ever have a career anymore. And we have Shrek, we have Muujin, man. Yo, welcome to the podcast again, bro.
What's up, man? Good to be here.
That's fucking disgusting. I don't even know why the fuck you had that. What?
You know what? You know what? I didn't even commission this, like, because my rigger was watching my stream and my community was making fun of my outfit, like, oh, you look like Shrek. So my rigger added this without me asking, and so then when I was testing out the model, like it was like maybe the before to last final, I pressed the toggle by mistake as I was typing in Discord, and I opened VTube Studio. I see myself as Shrek, and I just for a second was like, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck?
I was like, yo, what did you do? And they just replied with this gif where they were like, so yeah.
That's so good. Yeah, have you been playing Wuthering Waves?
Yeah, I have. I'm like level 26 or something.
That's
I've been
it.
streaming it.
Casual.
Only 26.
Hey man, hey listen, man.
You're all casuals.
I make my
The
own
fuck-
videos, man. I got no
really?
editors. I gotta
Bob,
divide my time.
Bob, I guarantee you, I have more progression than you on my account.
Nah.
Pull it up.
Bob's like he's like 36 or 37.
No, it doesn't
by now,
matter. The union level doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all.
Yeah. What are we checking?
Okay, go to exploration.
Yeah.
Well, your exploration might be higher.
Let's see. The exploration is the only thing that matters because you can pay to win union level. You can't pay to win exploration.
Yeah.
What percent are you?
What's your exploration?
What's yours?
How do we like check for like
Go
overall?
to the Pioneer.
Yeah, go to the
yeah,
Pioneer.
Pioneer.
Go to the Pioneer.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
literally
How much
starting
bigger
an
dick size?
exploration dick measuring contest right now.
Yeah, let's
that-
see. Let's see, man. What percent are you?
It's not hologram difficulty. It's how much exploration have you
It
done.
is.
It's not hologram difficulty. It's exploration.
No, because everything else you can pay to win. You cannot pay to win exploration.
Yeah,
It's the only thing
Mine
that matters.
is level 7, 3,445 out of 3,800.
No, I'm saying what levels it say at the very top?
Level 7 Pioneer.
Holy shit.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
bud.
the silence is so much.
Yeah,
That is
but
actually crazy, though.
But
Actually crazy.
yeah, but here's the thing,
Ouch.
though, right? See, because you're a whale, right? You can kill shit
kill
faster.
shit
doesn't make you
No, but you can
faster,
no,
bro.
but you can kill shit faster, so you can get around quicker,
Yeah,
right?
true.
So I don't know, man.
He
It-
bought-
He's
he
just
bought
built
the
different,
premium.
man.
He bought
Bro,
the
I'm
premium
maining
grapple
Dan
hook.
Jin. She's apparently worse than Havoc main character, so that's not even a thing.
yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, anyways, but she has max consolation, so who cares? Next up, we have a guy who I've wanted to talk to for a very long time. I've been mispronouncing their name with no ill intention. We have Sip Stephen. I am so glad that
He still
one
fucks up.
try. Like, well, the one
Did it on
time
I
purpose.
tried. Stefan, I've never heard that name before. It's new to me. Where's that from? Is that European or where's that from?
I don't know. My parents wanted to be unique and like made it difficult. Like that's literally it. Like they were like, oh, like Stefan is like Steven but different. They fucked it up. I don't know. I blame them.
No, I like that. How far are you in Wuthering Waves right now?
I'm union level 31, 31,
Okay.
32, but I haven't been exploring like crazy because I have a life.
Man, if you're union
Sounds
level
like-
31,
Huh?
you're still union 31. I mean, yeah, you clearly ain't that busy. That's a lot of time, to be honest. But yeah, I have heard that you still prefer Genshin over Wuthering Waves.
Yeah, like currently, I would
Okay.
say yeah. But
Awesome.
I'll see. I feel like it's like a future thing. Like you kind of have to see where the direction Withering Waves goes, because it could go like well and
Yeah.
better, or it could pull like a Genshin in the first few patches where everyone like wanted to die until like 1.5. So it's hit or miss kind of thing like that.
We'll
I think.
have to see, but I'm very glad. That's why I'm very glad that you're here, because I did want to bring someone who is very pro Genshin right now. And
Yeah.
next up, I have stalled long enough for the female representation. The female representation has arrived. This is, in fact, not a complete meat party. Representing women on the internet is very important to me, guys. It's very important.
Women.
We have the best content creator in all of Wuthering Waves history. We have Pink Chew. Hi, Pinky.
Hello.
Yeah, what uni level are you?
I think I'm 25 now.
Okay.
Ooh.
Cool. Nah.
I know. It's because yesterday I didn't play. I didn't play yesterday.
You fucked up. Did you miss your dailies?
It was one day. It was
Wait,
one day.
no, there's
Damn.
no way. You didn't.
Even I didn't miss dailies. That's
And
crazy.
you
Reroll.
showed up? That's
Break the
crazy.
count.
Wait, you didn't play all yesterday?
No, remember we got Bahama bugs and did all that, and then we had to go Target and then fight.
Oh
flies,
yeah, because
and
we had to
then-
fight the
and
bugs
then
yesterday.
I had to work. I had to do my
Yeah.
other work stuff.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, we made these traps in our house. Where we got
You
all
actually
these.
get vinegar?
Yeah,
You actually got vinegar. You actually
What did you say?
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, whoa.
Yeah, no, we got all these bugs at the bottom of the cup. It's dope, bro. They're just fucking rotting in
Yeah.
there. There's barely any left. We've killed like 1,000. Then I got this other fucking fruit fly machine down there too. It's dope. Yeah, we had a whole ass battle.
Where'd they all come from, man?
Problem? Like first husband go with the roach, now you with the flies. Like damn.
So
Okay. We have one roommate. They started cooking.
You can
and
say
they
their name.
forgot-
You can say their name. They're not Voldemort.
Okay.
Laurel.
Laurel forgot to put this,
Yep.
wash the dishes for one night.
Yep.
And then they
Flies
started.
came.
And
The flies
literally,
came, and they didn't stop
he
coming.
had food on his desk. I'm calling you out too, Techie. Or
Me?
he had like sodas and stuff open. And bro, I was like, where are the flies coming from? I thought we cleaned the dishes. And then like Techie they were all on his wall. Like it was
Okay.
like some kind
And
of
now,
play.
and now let me ask you a
I was
question.
like,
Let me ask you a
you-
question. Let me ask you a question.
What?
Why were the soda cans there? Why were they there?
Because you didn't throw them away.
No, because the fucking maids didn't do their job for fucking 2 weeks in a row. That's
Fuck
not my
the
fault.
maids.
I paid
The
them.
fucking man.
I pay them
crazy.
$400 every week to clean the house. They don't clean my room twice. That's not on me. Okay, that's bullshit. They get nervous.
Maybe they
Sure.
were scared of your room.
No, they're afraid
Well-
of my fucking chat because they know I'm streaming, so they refuse to come
yeah,
in.
exactly. Yeah,
But it's like,
you're
who
in the middle of their
cares?
job.
It's like, who cares? Oh, dude, they're gonna see me cleaning. Who cares?
Well, have you told them to interrupt you while you're streaming and
Yes.
come clean?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yes,
then.
and
Okay.
they also clean for Miz, and they clean behind him when he's streaming. And I know it's a viewer count
Okay.
thing. It's a viewer count thing.
Yeah,
100%. They're like,
right.
oh, I'm not gonna do this shit with less than 20,000 viewers, and I'm like,
Yup.
okay, it's fucking bullshit. All right. Anyways, Pink, glad you're here. Very excited. First time on the Gotchcast. All right, and then lastly, we have a guy who I have been ignoring on Twitter DMs for over a year. Not my intention. I believe you have 250,000 subs on YouTube. No, Mr. Feet.
Yes, I'm at 216. You can just call me Chris. The name is ironic, I promise.
Okay.
I know it sounds very sus.
Okay.
It's a very ironic, I promise.
No, it's okay, Mr. Feet. I'm gonna just call you Feet Guy, okay? Because I'm not
Let's
gonna,
call him feet.
I'm not gonna do you the service of calling you Chris when your name is Mr. Feet. Why'd you choose that name?
Long story short, I thought it would be funny. And
And
it
was
kind
it?
of is open. Kinda, it is nice
Yeah.
seeing a business email saying hello, Mr. Feet, but whenever I talk to someone IRL and they
Yeah.
say, "Oh, what's your YouTube channel?" I can't look at them.
Yeah, that's a
Ooh.
shame. I
Oh,
will,
so do you? And feel free to not answer this. Do you have a thing for feet?
Oh.
Okay, so I recently got with a talent agency, and I've been advised to just not say my views on that.
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Hey, so when
But
you
yeah.
Say whatever you want.
yeah, I'll be real, Mr. Feet. I've never heard of you, so I kind of want to know like what have you done? How'd you
Appreciate
get
it.
started? Yeah, how'd you get started?
So let's see. I started in 21 fall. I'd always wanted to be a YouTuber, but you actually made a video in August, and that actually was like, okay, I actually want to do this. I'm going to get off my ass and do this. So I was plotting around for ideas, and at first I just uploaded like dog shit, clickbait, short Genshin videos. It was just awful. Then eventually I was talking with my friend about the lore, and he said, canonically the Traveler solos the game. Because, like, he's doing all these adventures, and yeah, he has the friends and NPCs and stuff during the quest, but during the actions, he's kind of basically doing it himself. So I was like, all right, well, that sounds like a good video idea. So I did, like,
Okay.
a solo Traveler video. That didn't really do too well when it started, but it was different from the rest, and I was proud of it because it was just so different.
Yeah.
Then I did the Amber one, and that one didn't pop off too well. then I did the Noel one, and that's when my channel really started to pick up traction. So I mainly just do Genshin challenges. Like my most recent one, I did an attempt where I played the entire game without healing.
Oh, that's awesome.
At all, and that was, yeah, it's really, and it's like, I know you talked about it, how it's like a baby game and the gameplay is simple, which it is, but I kind of treat it like Pokemon, where and when you do like Nuzlocke and you do rules and stuff, you add your own stipulations. It's actually fun.
Oh, I agree. I 100% agree. I mean, and I think you would agree that Pokemon, when you put the special rules, is infinitely better than how it is basically.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like Nuzlocke.
Yeah, I mean,
I've
recorded a Nuzlocke, and I do plan on making a video for it. I just gotta find the time to do it.
Yeah, I love that. Wait, so I want to circle back. You said that I made a video that made you start your channel?
Yes, I actually wrote it down on my journal. This is where I keep the notes for all my challenges, like the timestamps.
Yeah, which one?
August 27th, 2021. It's titled "We Need to Talk." Basically, you talked about how you wanted to like improve the content in Genshin and just encouraging creators to like speak out and do more with the game. So I was gonna do that, yeah.
Oh.
And then you had a message at the end. You were like, if you wanna, and quote, I want to do shit with people, and I'm trying to make some good fucking content. And you basically said, if anyone has at least over 10k subs, DM you.
Hey,
you ignored it for a year.
No,
Now you're here.
He put that in 21. I didn't hit. I have it in my calendar the exact day when I hit 10k. I think I was like, it was sometime in September. But when I hit it, I felt like that wasn't good enough. I wanted to be able to like send a bigger message, so I waited. And I don't remember what I was at when I messaged you, but it was bigger than 10k.
Hey, here we are now, man. Hey, congratulations. That's an awesome story. I love that. I'm very happy to have you here, bro. That's dope. Mr. Feet.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Did you play Wuthering Waves? Just making sure.
Yes, I'm, what is it, union rank?
Yeah.
I'm like 27, I think.
Okay, that's respectable. Okay, you probably did your dailies every day. All right, well, now that we got intros out of the way, we're going to get the fuck into it. Okay, we're going to ask some controversial questions. If you want to weigh in, weigh in. If you have a differing viewpoint, please say it. If you already are going to say something that somebody already said, just say, I agree with Fob. I agree with Shinya. I agree with Steven. Stefan. Fuck.
Damn.
So I'm gonna
Us
gift
too.
I'm gonna gift you 5 subs each time I mispronounce your name. Okay, so
That's 10 already.
Okay,
Oh my god, by the end of this stream, I'll be able to afford walls. Thank you.
yeah. Stefan. Okay, yeah. Anyways, yeah, if you agree with somebody, don't bother repeating it. Just say, yeah, what he said, easy peasy, and we're gonna get this shit fucking going. Okay, so first off, we're gonna do something very simple. Very simple question, very simple answer, whatever you want to say. I just want to know your experience with Wuthering Waves, however short or long you want to answer that, you're more than welcome to, and then just give it a rating from 1 to 10, only comparing it to other gacha games. No reason to compare it to Elden Ring. There's no reason. Just compare it to other gacha games. What do you think Wuthering Waves? 1 to 10. And let's start with Mr. Fob.
Oh, okay. Wuthering Waves. I have played a ridiculous amount. I think I've pretty much experienced every possible game mode out there right now in the game. And it has been a very good experience. It reminds me a lot of when Genshin first came out, right? It's the same feel, like the exploration, the just like so much to do and stuff like that. Love it. Combat, extremely satisfying. It is a different type of combat from Genshin as well, right? It's more like a hack and slash rather than like an ability-based like rotation combat. I mean, to be honest, you do have to. I will say, once you get to the later game, you do have to. The best and optimal way to play is rotation. So all those goofy people who were before Wuthering Waves came out, they said, "Oh my god, I could play one character." Like they're fucking idiots. Like if you play one character, you're literally mega gimping yourself. If you're not rotating and doing your combos, like what are you doing?
Agreed.
So there's that. I will say the only thing I've really been pissed about is the camera. There's so many bugs with the camera, and a lot of these bugs have been existing since the old CBTs, and I don't know why they haven't fixed it, but they're slowly working on it. I think Morning Ike's finally had its camera fixed like yesterday's patch, which is good. Right. But it's getting there.
How much have you spent?
How much have I spent?
Yes, be real.
I think it's $800. And
that's actually very low. I thought you spent way more.
No, I got extremely lucky. I got a back-to-back Gion pull. I got a standard 5-star weapon and 110 pull. I got a I actually just like went extremely lucky, but yeah,
fuck yeah,
I didn't want to spend too much because I only really wanted to main Danjin. Like the only reason I have an S3 Gion is because I want Danjin copies.
Absolutely,
Yeah, so like I wanted to actually, for the first time in all my gacha games I've played, it was the first time I felt like I wanted to main a 4-star. And that I'm a whale, right? Like I could just main 5 stars and delete everything, but I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, this 4-star is so fun. And like
I think she's I think she is the funnest character in the game for sure. Because
Yeah,
I
easily.
mained Donjin before Calcharo.
Yeah, and right now, like all the spreadsheeters are telling me like Danjin's like weaker than Havoc MC, even like higher investment. I'm like, whatever, you know. I think she's more fun than Havoc MC as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think Wuthering has just been pretty good. You know, Kuro has been pretty receptive to criticism and quickly fixing a lot of stuff. So not bad.
Okay, 1 to
Good
10.
experience. 1 to 10.
Yeah, just be honest.
I would say before the morning Ike's camera fix, I wanted to smash my wall, molding on that boss fight. So it was like a solid 7 there.
Yeah.
But now after the fix, I'd give it like a 8.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna go any higher because
Sure.
I think there's like a massive resource issue in the game.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
want to go
Yeah.
through all of the issues that we have as well because I do think
Yeah.
it's important to talk about. Okay, great. All right, Mr. Pokey, thoughts on Wuthering Waves? 1 to 10.
Yeah, I'm pretty much more or less whatever Fob said. I think my biggest gripe is mainly the resource issue, especially when you start to raise your echoes. Because when you start to do all of the overall farming, you can't fit your shitty echoes. So the only way you can get echo experience is from Tesla fields. And right now it's like 60 stamina. You get like, I believe, roughly 19,000 stamina. To max out one echo is 143,000. So you need 2 full days to max out a single echo. And there's no other way to get this other than you spend stamina. So, and that's only like right now. So maybe in the future when you go to like UL 40, 50, 60, you still need to raise your units plus your weapons plus your traces. So how the hell are you gonna get stamina to farm your echoes, right? So that's like my biggest concern. But other than that, I think this game is great. Combat is great, and everything, whatever Fob said, I fully agree. So yeah.
Great. I think if there is any issues with Wuthering Waves, we need to highlight them. Because then I'm gonna fucking go nuts with YouTube videos complaining about them. Because I'm looking for reasons to bitch right now. And I think that you guys probably know the issues more than I do because you guys are able to progress faster than I can because I can't spend money. I can't do refreshes at all. So I think you guys are going to hit the issue stage before me. So I'm glad we're going to talk about that because I want to deep dive into what exactly is the resource issue. What do you think we should do? Great. So I'm going to write that down for us to touch on later, which is resource issue. Because if you guys are struggling, I'm going to be fucking struggling. And yeah, what would you rate it from 1 to 10 right now, Pokey?
I'll give it like an 8 as well, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Give it 8, yeah.
Yo, Mujin, thoughts on Wuthering Waves week 1? 1 to 10.
I think the combat's really fun, as both Fob and Mr. Pokey mentioned. I think also another aspect is some of the challenges like parkour, some of the open world aspects, the elements like for exploration. They definitely kind of added their own twist. And I definitely love what they've done with the parkour, like the different things you can do. I love running on hills and walls. It's so fucking cool. And things like that. And I love the familiarity too, right? Like many people have pointed out that, they copied the UI. Well, they did it for a reason, right? Like,
Yeah.
So that a player like me coming from Genshin, I open up the game, I know where to find everything. Unlike Tower of Fantasy, which is like an alien mothership. Like I had no fucking clue where to even find like the simplest things. It was a disaster, bro. So I definitely love that familiarity aspect. There are some other, like, of course, first day it launched, kind of shaky. They've done a lot to fix it. Good on them, like hot fixes every day.
Was it shaky for you?
Yeah, I did experience some stuttering. And I thought maybe it was because I was streaming. I tried playing it off stream and I was still experiencing some stuttering. It got better after 2 or 3 days after hot fixes.
Yeah, it was very
Yeah.
very difficult for me to relate to the people having issues because the only thing I witnessed was memory leak in the main city, and then I glitched into one wall over the course of 4 days. So people were saying like this game doesn't work, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Did it happen the
works
first day or did it happen like
fine. Memory
just
leak was on day 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was felt like it was like a dystopian, like what the fuck are they talking about? This game was fine.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
I
yeah.
realized, it's because they're playing on shit phones. They're playing on shit PCs. Never considered because I'm running the fucking $5,000 PC. I'm unrelatable as fuck. Right. So like I'm like, okay. But then again, I also
Yeah.
played it on my phone. And it also ran great. And I'm just like, fuck. It's very hard for me to speak on an issue when I myself have never experienced it in this regard.
Yeah.
But I have seen other issues that people, obviously Curl didn't give away a fucking free 5-star for no reason. So
Well,
Yeah,
and
like,
not to
I've seen stuff on Twitter too, like of glitches people are having on the phone and stuff. So, some people did have issues.
yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's like the majority of players, and I think that's where it's important. But I think it's still enough people for them to give a free 5-star. Shinny, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say not to sidetrack from the conversation too much,
Yeah,
but one of the main reasons why it's having such optimization issues, and not a lot of people realize this, but Wuthering Waves is made with Unreal Engine as opposed to Genshin, which is made on Unity, which they're two completely separate different gaming platforms, and which is why Wuthering Waves is able to do some of the things that they're able to do that you're not able to do in Unity. Unreal Engine is such a incredibly hard engine to work with. Even some AAA games in the industry, Tekken, the most recent Tekken, runs on Unreal Engine and is still having issues to this day just because of the way Unreal Engine is set up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's made more for like mid-range to high-range PCs. Genshin uses Unity, but it's like a very heavily modified version to the point where it's not Unity anymore.
It's not Unity anymore.
Yeah, it's not Unity anymore.
It's considered the Hoyo engine.
You know, there is I'm making a video right now about Genshin versus Wuthering Waves drama and misinformation, kind of like going over the most asinine fucking takes you see online.
How much am I in there?
I'll mention you a couple of times, but it's mostly like things that are coming from Reddit and Twitter. One of them is a Chinese thing where they people thought it was a shitpost first in the West, where if you run Genshin at the same time as Wuthering Waves, it can help verify the integrity of game files in Wuthering Waves for people whose loading screen wasn't moving. And so people started thinking, oh, wow, Kuro Games would stoop this low as to let the game run better when Genshin's open. It's like, no, it's just because it's Unity and it knows how to turn off processes in Windows that Unreal Engine doesn't know how to turn off, right? But it's stuff like this.
I have a tinfoil hat theory on that.
Oh, yeah?
I think it's fake news. And I think people are saying that. That way Hoyo's active player count doesn't drop. And that way they can still sell to their investors, saying like, hey, see, nobody cares. They're all still playing it. Meanwhile, they all have it open in the background. They're playing Wuthering Waves. That's my tinfoil hat.
It's such a crazy theory, but like there's a few others like this online. Some were fully believed, like the like one that wasn't questioned at all was how some like the lead for the Unreal Engine left 2 months ago. But you know who I'm talking about when I say this, Tectone. When I saw who wrote that fucking Reddit post, I lost my mind, bro.
Because people believe the guy.
I was like, there's no fucking way this imbecile just wrote this and got this many upvotes on. Because like the thing is, I believed it at first. And you know what? It could be true. But the thing is, since that person wrote it, by the way, guys, if you don't know, the guy's his name is like Steamed Bun X, and the guy is obsessed with Tectone. And he was the only content creator who denied that Hoyoverse was losing 1 million followers back during the 3 Intertwined Fates controversy.
Yep.
So when I saw that, I was like, no fucking way the entirety of fucking Gacha Gaming is eating that shit up. So that's kind of like what my video is going to be about.
Dude, I'm surprised that you haven't made a video called 3 years, 3 polls, 3 days, 3 5-stars. That would be nuclear content, dude.
I don't think enough people understand the reference, dude. I mean, the guy's a nobody at the end of the day. I think just you watching that video kind of like made him a meme, but he's such a troll. So a lot of misinformation like this. But in any case, like, it had a bit of a shaky launch. Things are looking way better. The camera issue that Fab pointed out is being worked on. I think the only thing for me that's still there that definitely needs to change is the English voice acting.
Yep, I agree.
The dub is definitely disappointing. But again, there's more misinfo about that too, as we saw, as to why that's the case. I'm sure they're going to work on that. They're going to work on that.
I did a podcast with the voice actors, and some of them have complete creative freedom. Some of them don't. And the voice direction is kind of like, all over the place. And I know I believe they're contacting some new voice director to kind of adjust how the voice acting is going, from what I've heard. But we'll see how it goes. I think actions speak louder than words, and I'll wait to see the rewrites for the story. But I do think them keeping the text the same, because I think if you play the game in Japanese, it's fine. But
the Japanese, Chinese, and Korean is complete, and not just fine. Let's just point out that Japanese, like, they have like for Ling Ying, the voice actor is Tanjiro's voice actor from Demon Slayer, right? They did not cheapen on Japanese dub. Chinese dub is also insane. Like, they got a lot of the Genshin cast, a lot of like very high, like renowned dubbers for anime, Korean as well. It's just the English cast that it's very, very, like, I don't know where the fuck it came from, in the sense of like, how did they come up with this? The voice actors are great, but as you mentioned, and I'm glad you mentioned this, the fact that some had freedom and some didn't. You listen to Scar, he had freedom.
Amazing. Yeah,
right?
Shy did a great job. But
when you listen to the Rover, now the female Rover specifically, I'm thinking like they didn't let her do shit, like because at some point, I don't know if I'm sure all of you guys got to that point where she was fighting Scar the first time, And at some point, she like lunges at him, jumps on him. She's like, "Take this."
Oh, I saw
Yeah,
that.
Don't go anywhere.
I saw
It
that,
was
bro.
so bad. It was
Dude,
so
right?
bad.
It was
Dude.
so funny, but you see that and you think to yourself, okay, no, listen, you could go up to a fucking homeless person and tell him, say, take this. If you give him the context of like you're in a big battle, he'll know what to do, right?
Absolutely.
This isn't her fault. She just had no context. Like if I just tell her, hey, say this, okay, take
Yeah.
this.
Dude, some of the
So,
the
yeah.
actors were told to give those lines with a 1 take or 2 take tops.
That's
So,
crazy.
Well,
Yeah,
I've
crazy.
also heard that that you know how like when they're explaining like what like a task set Discord is,
Yeah.
they like in the actual text itself, they'll show like a brief explanation above it so you know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And apparently they weren't supposed to read those lines, but they were
I
because they
saw
didn't
that
have any
too.
direction. Yep.
Yep, saw that too.
I was like, bro, that was a long ass name
I
for
think
that.
I think it was I think I saw one recently on Reddit with like Camilla when she's explaining like the situation one like you have her at
I believe it's pronounced
Knife
Camel.
Point.
Yeah, I believe it's called
Oh,
Camel. Yeah.
whatever.
Just trying to make sure that you have that corrected, but yeah, it's just my bad. Anyways, Mugen, 1 to 10. What
Yeah.
so far?
So 1 to 10, right? And full disclaimer, I'm only started Act 4 now. I know that the story gets way better 4 to 6, but right now I'm like in the 6.5 to 7 range. I see it improving, but like
Yeah.
you know, there are some things, but I love the game. It's really fun, and Kuro's doing a great job. So long term, I'm optimistic, and
Great.
I'm sure it can go up to 8.
I will say when you do Act 5 and Act 6, specifically Act 6, I think you're really gonna like it. I think it's just so much fucking fun. There are some things that you're just like, man, this came out of fucking nowhere. But also it's just dumb fun. It feels like the Avengers Endgame for Act 6. It's awesome. Yeah.
Right.
Let me know when you do that because I want to know your thoughts because everybody's had the same reaction so far. Where it's
Will
like
do.
they're like, oh god, the story's ass, and then I just like, okay, well let me know when you beat Act 6. They're like, holy fuck, that was insane.
That's great.
Same with Doro. I really enjoyed seeing Doro's reaction to Act 6. Was awesome. Anyways, Pink, how was your first week of Wuthering Waves? What would you rate it from 1 to 10?
I freaking loved it. And my big issue is, especially when I used to like stream and play Genshin and made like a bunch of viral memes and shit from it. And I stopped because I got bored. Like I just got bored, and my issue with a lot of games is it just gets boring for me at some point. And if I'm not passionate
Why do you think
about
Genshin
it,
got boring for you?
I think the grinding wasn't fun. And what I like about Wuthering Waves is like the grinding is fun. Like I'm actually enjoying the combat and it feels smooth and it feels like it has my attention. When it feels like I'm just like, oh god, I gotta do more daily, you know?
Yeah.
It's like there's not enough story to make up for like the boring parts. I'm just like, I'm done. And the thing is, I really liked it. And I like used to like do memes, voice acting the characters and all that. And I was like, bro, I don't know. There's like maybe just gacha games got like maybe they're just all grinding, but this, it feels good. Like when I'm grinding, it feels like I'm not grinding. It feels like I'm playing a fun game, and it catches my attention. And like the echoes is really cool. Because it's not like, okay, just doing these so many combat moves. It's like I have so many things going on in my head to do different moves that it's so much fun.
Yeah. Who's your favorite character so far?
I love Gion. He's
Why
so
do you
hot.
Why do you love Gian?
Like if I had a type, that's my type.
Yeah.
What about Scar?
Nah. I mean, I love the voice acting, but Gion, like, dude, when they had that story as a female player, you know, when like he's like, yeah, my seed. I'm like, what are you gonna do with the seed? It's I'm like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
Bro, she's
It
actually
was
the first
so-
person I actually agree with. Like, I think Scar is so mid. I don't get the hype over it.
What?
Whenever I see
an easy
No,
access
listen,
hole.
whenever
what
I
do
s-
you mean?
No, we
They
don't.
got rid of it though. They got rid of it.
Not
They got
anymore.
Got rid of it.
Not
Like,
anymore.
Every time I see every content creator on Twitter, Kuman to Scar reminds me of every time a Genshin male comes out and you see the comments and it's just woof 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 woof. Like I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
these male characters are so mid, and Scar. I think Scar looks mid as fuck. I don't think he looks that good. I think Genshu Lin and Gion look way more like
Okay,
they just look better.
I think
Different
Geshu
types.
Lin does look the best. Then I
Yeah.
think it's Scar. Then I think it's Gian. I
What?
also think Ling Yang. I also think Ling Yang looks great.
I think Scar's got daddy issues.
He does. That's why I like him.
Oh, you just relate, but
Yeah,
like I don't relate.
And he got the topaz hair. That shit, dude. He looks fine as fuck, bro. Dude,
Oh,
crazy.
do
And
not.
he is
First of all,
crazy as
Topaz
shit.
is my favorite. Do not compare my wife to that thing.
Okay, dude. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, Pink. Anyways, you were saying about glitches.
Oh, the only glitches I've had are somewhat the bosses. I've had one boss get stuck on a tree and like just not be able to move. And I
Yeah.
would have to keep climbing up to try to kill him to like put him out of his misery. And
Really?
then I've had, yeah, it was like on stream. I was like, bro, I think he's stuck. And they're like, kill him, help him, help him.
Yeah.
And then I had one where every time I would switch to Verena, I'd just like fly into the like on the wall, and I was like, huh.
Okay.
Yeah,
But I was only with a few boss fights. Besides that, I haven't had any issues at all.
Okay.
Karina has a
About it.
massive camera bug right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the one where she TPs. Yeah, I've seen that one before too.
Yeah, whenever she, not even that one, there's another one where if it just intros, for some reason the camera just locks into the infinite void and just forces you into a perspective, and you're stuck there for like 10 seconds. It's miserable.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay. So Pink, how would you rate the game from 1 to 10?
Okay, due to the beginning of the story,
Mhm.
which at first I was like, oh no, this is gonna be like Genshin. I'm not gonna be able to handle it, right? Because I was like, there wasn't enough combat. I think if maybe in the beginning to kind of hook the player in, if they kind of just allowed you to do a bit more combat before they kind of lore dump you,
Sure.
would be really nice. This Act 6 was incredible, but minus that, I think that's the only thing is if they kind of could figure out a way to give you that lore a little bit more palatable. I would give it at least like a 7 to 8 out of 10.
Okay. So then, just for an example, do you think there's any gacha game that gave lore in an acceptable manner that you did enjoy early on?
Cookie Run.
Yeah, Cookie Run was good. Cookie Run's a
Just
banger
'cause
ass
they're
game.
cute cookies.
Yeah, dude, and the voice actors for Cookie Run go so fucking hard.
They go
good.
crazy.
You should play Nikkei. Nikkei gives the story very, very, very well.
Okay, Nikkei I do need to play. I have it downloaded. I just haven't had the day to do it.
Yeah, you should try it. It's really good.
And then I can start because I cosplayed some characters. So
Did I see not
definitely need to play it.
Nikkei in the first hour made me cry? Not even kidding you. It's fucked up. It's a good ass game. And the April Fool's event was amazing. Anyways, all right, yo, Shinya. First week, 1 to 10. Let's hear it.
All right, so to preface, Union level 33, cleared most of the content in the game. Still working on the harder hologram bosses, so I've pretty much experienced everything that there is to do in the game. Obviously, haven't done the higher difficulty stuff, but so just to get into it, some talking points. The exploration is absolutely amazing in the game. Just the creativity on how to traverse the world. It's crazy that we're a week in now, and people are still discovering more and more different super jumps, different ways to get around and things like that. It's absolutely crazy the amount of theory crafting that can be done with more complex. It's not insanely complex, I agree, but more complex as opposed to other gacha games. Infinite sprint is insane. Wall running, grappling, echoes using to get around, like the Heron, like the Imperance Heron and the Inferno Rider is so much fun. Just to use those as like a temporary boost in sprinting abilities or to fly around or ride around, things like that. Just in general, just the exploration is probably it probably is even on par with how good the combat is in the game. It's very close to it. I think if you can stomach the first hour to hour and a half in the game, you are in a good point. The first hour of the game is arguably the weakest.
I agree.
When you're going through all the lore dumps and the exposition dumps. It is a slog. I don't know why they changed the story that significantly from the previous betas, in which they're going through all these stupid things. They give you this little box you have to figure out, and there's a flower, and it's honestly probably some of the weakest storytelling in games that I've ever played.
I agree.
But if you can get through the first hour, you're chilling. I like the fact that really nothing is time gated. All of the modes in the game are amazing. The elusive realm is some of the most fun I've had in a gacha experience ever. Encouraging you to use different characters in different builds and things like that. It's obviously a lot like the simulated universe from Star Rail, but expanded a little bit more, where you can just use the characters that they give you. And I played Tauki for the first time last night in the elusive realm, even though I never would have gotten the experience to play her because I don't have anything to level her up to get to the current world. But just trying out different builds, things like that. I think the game is very casual friendly. I don't think it's a game that only the hardcore people can enjoy. You can go as easy or as hard as you want. But on the flip side of that, some of the negatives about it. There is a lot of negatives with this game. I'm not a Kuro dick rider, and I never will be. I got into a debate with you the other day about how a lot of the things that Kuro is doing is showing some bad signs, and we need to. It's things people need to be talking about, right?
Like
we
what?
can't just yep. So we can't just have blind loyalty in Kuro. We need to come at it from a constructive criticism point.
The zipper.
That was going to be my main point. Is
True.
I am extremely concerned for and for those who are not aware, over on the eastern side of the world, and specifically China, there is a lot of censorship issues. There's a lot of censorship issues, and if they don't like something, they will remove it. For example, Scar's dick zipper was removed pretty recently, right? It's things like that. Baizi or Sanhua had a tattoo on her back at one point, which was removed. There's little things like that is going to affect the Western audience in a negative light. And obviously you may say, oh, this is just, it's little things here and there, right?
No, I want you to know,
But-
I 1,000,000% agree with you because it represents a slippery slope.
Exactly. And I just don't want Kuro catering. And here's the thing. What I don't understand is why, and World of Warcraft does this a very, very good way. Playing World of Warcraft in China is a completely different experience to playing World of Warcraft in the West, right? Obviously, we're talking about different publishing companies. World of Warcraft has like a different publisher over in China, but it's things like that where the censorship in other places shouldn't translate over to our region, 1,000,000%. And it's starting to happen, right? Kuro's lack of communication in the West as well. It is kind of a shame that we need to go through third-party channels, such as the Chinese Twitter or Bilibili to get our news and information. It is very clear that when it comes to specifically to the English region, we are sort of like an afterthought, right? You can obviously see this in
So,
the storytelling.
I can
and the
weigh in
English
on
voice
this.
actors.
I can weigh in on this like directly.
Yep.
And because I know what's happening behind the scenes right now. I'm just letting you know the NA team for Kuro Games is on fucking fire right now. Like they're on fucking fire.
Right off.
They broke.
Yeah.
They got no money.
Yeah, internally they are fucking struggling.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, just keep that a buck.
Of course.
Once they get it fixed, I'll let you know. But right now, you are 100% valid. They are fucking dropping the ball, and they are fucked internally, just straight up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And obviously it is good to know that. But again, this is stuff that we cannot ignore because we don't want to end up like other games, which I'm not going to make a direct comparison to.
I would love you
just
to.
things like
I would
that.
love you to though.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit more because I saw your notes earlier.
Sure, great.
But ultimately, yeah, I mean, if you could stomach the first few hours of the game, Wuthering Waves is definitely a solid 7.5 or an 8. I completely agree with Pink and Fob. It's got some issues. I'm hoping the optimization issues get fixed pretty quickly here. I personally I've had one issue on day one where an elevator was I was falling through the elevator, but I've had no issue since.
Okay.
Obviously the background music issue thing that's happening for the last 2 days.
Pissing me the fuck off.
Yeah. It's little things like that if we start seeing a pattern, we need to call them out. We need to make sure that we're holding these game developers accountable because it's a little things. It's a bunch of molehills that make a mountain. We're not just going to suddenly see a mountain out of nowhere. It's going to be a bunch of little moleholes that eventually come into a mountain.
Yep, I agree.
I think that's the issue. Where like that's one of my issues where I was like, I think they have like really bad spaghetti code where they fix something and then something else breaks. And my day 1 to 2 was flawless. And then they did some hotfix and suddenly I started crashing and having freezing. I'm like, fuck.
Yep.
What did they do? Like, it's just like, I feel like they fix something and then something else. Like, I think once they figure it out, it'll be fine. But like right now, it kind of reminds me of like Riot games where they just fix something and then something else breaks and they have to fucking disable champion entirely. And there's like,
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
because everything is coded.
Imagine they disable Kelchara.
Yeah.
I mean, they already nerfed his ass, so.
I don't know if you know this, but Kelcharo is just 5 Teemos stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Actually,
Anyways,
4 encores.
let's keep this shit rolling. All right, Steven, how did you think about the Stefan? Fuck!
15. Hey,
Stefan.
15.
Coming, keep
Stefan,
it coming.
Stefan,
I'm liking that.
Seven.
The exponential.
How have you been enjoying week 1 Wuthering Waves? What you rate from 1 to 10?
I feel like my week 1 has been very like up and down, and I played the CBT, so part of that obviously translates into like the things that are like shiny and new that were obviously a lot of people experience aren't going to be as shiny and new when you get into it. I will say, like, right off the bat, I think that Withering Waves does drop the ball like pretty early on in terms of trying to hook people in, which is arguably the most important like period of a game. The first like hour to 2 is, you know, sometimes like where people check in or check out. But at the same time, I will say that the exploration and how they went about echoes and you being able to constantly grind echoes with exploration was something that I kind of realized was like an evolution that Genshin didn't see, which was there's a reason to go back into the world, even though you've explored everything, because you're still getting value out of it. And I think that is something that obviously no other game right now in the space does. I don't think the story is good. I don't think it's interesting. I think it's like poorly presented. Even like after the rewrite, I just feel like it doesn't do anything interesting or say anything interesting really. And although a lot of people really like Act 5 and 6, for me, I'm gonna be real, a good cutscene does not make a good act. Like, just because you end on some flashy great thing, which it is, it's a really great cutscene, it's well animated, I think everything that's happening is cool, you have like the girly boss. For me, that was the same thing as 4.1 with a Genshin when it came to its Fontaine story. Like the entire prison, I was bored out of my mind.
I'm so glad
And
you
just
brought this
because
up.
there's like, yeah, and just because there's like a good cutscene at the end doesn't mean, even though it leaves you feeling good, I think when you break it down, you're like, I was just bored for like an hour and a half to 2 because of the Yap Fest. That's great, but like, what the fuck was all that? Like, you know what I mean? And yeah, at the beginning of the story, though, I think they pull you out. Like, the best part of WuWa is combat and exploration, and they lock you in a city for like an hour to 2. And I don't know why they went with that decision. I think my biggest fear in the future is where does this game go and how does it develop? And I do see that whole resource grind issue, but also like, is this an evolution enough in this space to pull you away from games that already have a year to 3 years of development on them? Like, because at the end of the day, most people are going to have to juggle between which ones they're going to give their time to, unless they're degens like us who have infinite time. And I still am in that unknown territory. I'm like, I don't know if it's good enough to pull people away, or if it's good right now because it's the gotcha honeymoon phase where you're getting pulls, you're getting wishes, and everything's fun and fresh, and the growth is faster. But then when you hit that level 30 wall, that's when it's going to be really setting into people of, okay, is this actually something that I can stick with long term?
That's very fair. Yeah, I'm very glad you brought up the whole 90% pure, unadulterated garbage into a 10-minute cutscene, and people say, "Oh my god, it was so good." I fucking hate that shit. 4.1, the prison arc, was so goddamn terrible. Same thing for me. The majority of Sumeru was fucking trash. I remember the Leeway cutscene where there's this joke of a fucking fight where you fight some water demons, and then there's a cutscene of a giant Hydra. I'm so tired of gacha game story writing, specifically Hoyos and the Wuthering Waves. Admittedly, I fucking hate this model because they're obviously copying Genshin. They're 1,000,000% copying Genshin the way they're making their fucking game, the way they're writing their story. Where, you know, because I love Act 5 and Act 6, I will admit. But it's just Yap Fest cutscene to make up for it. No, it doesn't. It just fucking doesn't. Just show me the fucking trailer. Show me the goddamn cutscene. I don't want to do any of this bullshit. It drives me insane. Yeah, HSR 2.2 also same. Yeah, a lot of people have that issue with HSR 2.2 as well. It is so much info
was
dumping.
long, like
fucking
9
Sunday,
hours.
bro.
Bro,
Oh my
8.5
god,
hours.
Sunday
I
would just not shut the
I haven't
fuck
played
up.
it yet. How long
I
is
don't
it?
think 2.2 was too bad. It's long, but I think there's like 1 or 2 spots with
Yeah.
like specifically one part was like that part where you're going through and you eventually meet. Oh wait, no, someone. Wait, you didn't do it yet, so I don't want to say.
Yeah, I
anything.
haven't
like,
done Tectone.
Yeah, there's that one part. There's like 2
The
parts I think in
the
that like
pinball
yeah,
area
the
where you
pinball
kinda, like,
area. I
got-
was like,
they
holy
should have
shit,
took
can we
that
get through
whole
this
section
shit?
out.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a
Sure.
couple sections, but I think for the most part, 2.2 was pretty good.
I've loved
Yeah, I
all of
liked it too.
Penacony, but if I wasn't, and once again, obviously they do this for a reason. If I wasn't as hyper invested as I was in that game, because Honkai Star Rail is still my favorite gacha game. I love that game with all my heart. Mainly, well, pretty much just for the story. But god damn, bro, 8.5, 9 hours. it took other people 8.5, 9 hours. It took me 15 hours to get through 2.2. The way that I fucking play, that was misery, bro. But then
Mega stalling.
it was good. But god damn, those fuckers yap. It's insane. Yeah, I really hope that we can do more show and don't tell. By the way, Steven, you said you did Act 6 and then you weren't a fan, or how did you feel about Act 6?
I was annoyed.
Yeah.
Like, I finished it and I think I was just like annoyed because I think you can definitely see the potential. Like, it's a cool idea and the concept is there. It's just the way it's presented with, like you said, this is like a gacha-wide problem of everyone's just talking and telling how they're feeling and like just giving it to you. But an interesting story is you making the inferences based on what's going on. And I don't know, that fuck ass like Paimon wannabe at the end, and then they just cut to you at a table, and I'm like, what is happening? That's kind of what I felt like at the end. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Who is this motherfucker? You've never even mentioned this thing, but now it's here. But then they don't explain it, and then you're just at a table, and they're like, done. And I'm like,
so
now they don't want to yap. Now they don't want to yap. Out of every time that they should yap, no one fucking yaps.
they never
And I'm
say
like,
what the fuck is that thing. Also, I think it's more close to pom pom, but that's just me. I
True.
think it's
Fair
much
enough.
more pom pom like.
But I didn't want to do pom pom dirty like that.
Yeah, of
Pom-pom
course.
was better.
Yeah, there was parts of the story, if you guys noticed, where Paimon was mumbling and saying shit before Act 6. So he didn't just appear out of nowhere at Act 6. There was a mysterious voice that you may or may not have noticed for certain.
He was in Act 1.
Yeah.
He was right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
You can hear him talking.
Yeah.
Oh, the dragon
yeah.
these nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and so, Stefan, what would you rate the game from 1 to 10 so far for you?
6.5.
Okay. Feet. Week 1 thoughts, baby. Let's get it.
Yes, alright, so just like Shinya did, I'm gonna give myself some context. So, one of my 8 nicknames is the Michael Jordan of Genshin, and I do plan on carrying that over to the realm of Wuthering Waves. I have a lot of Souls experience. Sekiro is my favorite game ever, and I regularly play the 15 boss rush mode. I regularly do it. It's like a warm-up routine for me. I have played the other Souls games, and I first tried Sister Freed in Dark Souls 3. So I'm a bit of a 12th level gamer. And there's 3 things for me in a game that need to be good: a sword, a dodge, and a parry.
I agree.
So I love Wuthering Waves combat so much. The boss fights are so much fun, and I'm so happy that it rewards timing, because not every move is easy to dodge. The counterattacks, there are plenty of times where I thought I fucking hit whatever his name is, Scar, in that lamb mode, that one move where he grabs you. There's so many times where I thought I fucking hit him, but I didn't.
Yep.
And I love that the game pushes me to actually learn this stuff. Let's see, what else do I have on the list? Yeah, the game is also challenging. There are bosses that will kill you. It's nice not being able to one-shot everything. I personally don't really use echoes much, and I don't regularly farm them just because I enjoy spending a lot of time on the bosses. It's fun for me. I know it's copium, but I'm fine with not doing a lot of damage. I have a lot of fun playing the game.
Yeah.
The movement, fun and fluid, although I have had some issues where I'm climbing and it doesn't really feel that good. Story, the first part of it, as we've all mentioned, I didn't really enjoy, but I felt it picked up a lot when Scar was first introduced. I love the Black Lamb situation.
Yeah, I like that shit too. I know some people didn't, but I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it so much. Like I slowed down the game and I was like leaning forward because I wanted to learn more about the situation. The climax, Act 6, I loved playing through it. It was a lot of fun to play. The story I felt fine, but visually and gameplay wise, it was so much fun. The devs are active. You can tell they care and you can tell they want the game to succeed, and it's nice to know that they're actually listening. And my final positive for the game, this means so much to me. I nearly cried when I saw it. A skip cutscene button. You have no idea how much this means to me. I've played the Sumeru story 15 fucking times.
Jesus.
And it takes an average of 7 hours. I just did the math. That is like approximately 105 hours of my life that I will not get back.
Yep.
And
Have
I
you done
love the
Ling Yang's story?
Yes, and that was like 90 minutes. That surprised me when I was doing it. I was like, damn,
That
it's
shit
still
was
fucking
miserable
going.
though.
You
don't like it.
didn't like it?
I
I
don't
haven't
like
done it because I've literally heard.
It was
other
okay.
people
Bro, I
say
hate
I
that
don't love it.
character. I
Cute. It was
hated
so
that
cute.
story. I hated everything about it. They didn't let me skip half of it. I wanted to
Yup.
fucking punch my
It
wall.
was so
Yeah, well, Ling
Shit
Yang
in the
doesn't like you
meta
either,
and
okay? That's
trying
my
to be good.
boyfriend, bro. Don't talk bad about him. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, he has rabies.
Good.
The main
I
thing
gave
is-
him it.
I'm sorry you had to see that side of me.
What, bro? Chill, man.
I
The
hate
main
We all
thing
have
is
two
Dominate
wolves
original
inside of us.
design, let's be real.
Yeah. What were you saying,
There's about
Fate?
to be 3 when when Zenless Zone Zero comes out.
Yes,
but
sir.
yeah, for that for the Lin Yang story quest, the only thing I remember from it was the like one of the stupidest things I've ever heard in my life, where you're doing the 2D dungeon and he's like, "Be careful, the spikes will hurt us more than falling." And I was like, I don't think that's true at all, but go off. All right, now for the cons, like I said, the story. Another one was that the characters weren't really too interesting to me. Like, there's a couple of standouts, like, visually, I enjoyed Scar's design, Alto's, and I liked Encore, but for me, their personalities didn't really stick out too much, and I don't know if it's, like, from the voice acting, but it's like, to me, it seems like they just lack the charisma gene, like it did not run dominant in their blood. It's just really kind of lame.
Yeah,
I didn't really resonate with them.
I do think it's the voice acting 1,000,000%, and a lot of their personalities boiled down to, because don't get me wrong, I love Kelcharo, I love Gian, but they more so at essence are just, they are a soldier in a cold reality, and it is brutal.
Yeah.
And so they're just like, I am the soldier guy. Now, I will say Gian opened up a lot for me. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree, but when we did the story quest after Act 6, where he's like talking about his tender side, about how if he dies, he would love for Rover to plant a flower in his memory, and how he bears the guilt of every soldier that's ever died underneath his command. Like, I really enjoyed that. What did you guys think about stories? Anybody?
His story was good.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
I have not played it yet.
Anybody fucking hate it? Anybody think it's garbage?
I haven't played
I
it.
loved it. That's my
It was very good. It's crazy the difference between the quality between Gian's voice actor and Yang Yang's. Like 1,000,000%. It's night
Yeah.
and fucking day in English specifically.
Which is very strange, because Yang Yang's voice actor is actually very good. Like,
Yes,
like her other work is very good.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah,
But she is
I don't know
the
what
weakest
happened.
English voice actor. She's the weakest English voice actor in the game. Period.
Which
it's
sucks
so
for
bad.
her, dude. You know, because
Agreed,
some
yeah.
people, of course, blame her while not knowing
course.
that it's
Yeah.
obviously direction.
It is
stuff.
very
Yeah,
important for everybody
exactly.
to know that the voice actors have no control of
Yeah.
what they push out. It is
Of
the
course,
voice
of course.
director.
Yeah.
Yeah,
1,000,000%.
yeah. It's a fucking shame. But yeah, any other thoughts, Feet?
For me, the music was a little underwhelming. Not too many tracks stuck out to me. I felt the open world could feel a little empty at times. Not all the time, but there were a couple instances where I felt like there's just nothing there. The daily stamina system, I really wish the bosses did not take 60 wave plates to use. That just don't really enjoy that. And I'm worried about the potential resource grind in the future. I'm not sure how that's going to turn out.
Sure. How did you guys feel about the music? Me personally, I enjoyed the music quite a lot. I prefer it over listening to other music. I don't blast anime music in my stream like Fob does. Listen to this weird ass lolly rap. I
What do
don't
you
know what the fuck
mean,
he's
bro?
fucking
It's
blasting.
song request. I'm not doing it. What the hell?
Okay, anyway, I like the music in Wuthering Waves Caught, but it's very relaxing. It's very soothing. And
It feels nice on my ears, like
It's-
especially the heavy bass.
I
feels
will
so
say
good.
it's not as memorable as some themes
Yeah.
from 1.0
Exactly.
Genshin, like Mondstadt
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Dawn Winery, but I do feel that it's very fits the mood of what I'm doing, and I rarely ever feel pulled out of what I'm listening to. But
I think that's the key word, memorable, right?
Yes.
Like it doesn't stay in your head after the gameplay. Like
Yeah.
when you play the game,
Yeah.
it's cool in the moment, but then because like of course, I mean, no one can compare to Yu Peng Cheng, man. The guy's a fucking
he's
madman
good,
genius,
man.
dude. He's a
I muted
fucking
the
madman
fuck out of
genius.
Wuthering
bro.
Waves music.
Straight up?
I just start playing PGR OST, and it just like fits 10 times better.
Yeah,
Yes,
what I'm
yes.
surprised Kuro didn't do is they hired an outside sound team for PGR, Vanguard, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
And
it's
they
Vanguard.
didn't hire Vanguard sound for Wuthering Waves for some reason. Now the music is good. It's good ambiance, but it's
It
not.
is.
I wouldn't necessarily call
Yeah.
it good music.
The
I
only good
agree.
one's main menu. Main menu is
The
the,
main
only
menu,
like
yep. Yep.
that's really the one
Yeah.
that's memorable that stays in my head that I'm like, yo, okay, they cooked here. But the rest of the game is more just ambience.
Which is
Exactly.
very
There's no
important,
melody.
because World of Warcraft was
Yeah.
kind of the same way when you play it. The main menu theme is just by the most iconic thing in the entire
Yeah.
game, and a lot of the
Yeah,
other
it's like
soundtracks
League of Legends Champ Select.
Yeah. But But like, yeah, for World of Warcraft, a lot of the songs are ambience, like Barrens and Ashenvale, but they are still memorable. So I'm not sure if that's something that'll happen with time, but we'll have to see. Because if they go the PGR route, holy fuck, that music is so goddamn good.
Yeah.
I think the Wuthering Waves like music's problem is it's almost the same tone throughout, where obviously in Genshin and other like games or whatever, they kind of like switch the vibe depending on where it is, but you kind of get this like rocky tone throughout WuWa, so I feel like that's kind of why it doesn't feel memorable, because it all like hits on the same like note to give that like apocalyptic feel. And I don't know, like even WoW, because I've played WoW before I like became like Genshin related, like it is ambient, like ambient music, but it's very different depending on those zones, because they like crafted it to give you that vibe of wherever you are.
I need to know what type of WoW player you were. When you say WoW, how much WoW you playing? Because I was down in the dirt. What were you?
I came in really late because
Uh-huh.
my parents. Well, I don't know how much of an age difference there is, but my parents wouldn't buy me a WoW subscription when I was younger because they're like, I'm not paying $12.99 for a fuck ass game. The fuck.
Yeah.
So I came in during Legion. That was when I started. And then I've played every like expansion to a degree since, but Legion was like the one that I played the most in. I like got all the way up to
Legion
like
was
Mythic
great.
Plus, rating and all that kind of stuff. Like nothing like hardcore in terms of like nothing beyond heroic.
Yeah.
Like heroic's like the farthest I go. I've never done like a mythic rating or anything.
Okay,
but
so you're a casual. That's okay.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't got time to be in a fuck ass guild, especially with WoW, man.
Bro, I was a
Ew.
loser. I was a loser, bro. I was 12 years old. I was raid leading Naxxramas and fucking Wrath the Lich King. I got kicked out of my own guild because then they realized that I was a little boy, not a girl. Then I had to go change my name, pretend to be a girl to get back into the guild, and then, well, now everybody thinks I'm a girl, and then they get weird because I'm a little kid, and then all of a sudden I'm playing a female character, getting naked on top of mailboxes, dancing for gold.
And that's how I joined OTK.
This sounds
no
this sounds like
way.
a therapy
at
thing.
least,
Like we should
you
talk
got
about
money for
that.
WoW. I ended up having to play Perfect World. Okay.
There's no
Ooh.
way
I played it for like that
you
for
were
like a
a bigger nerd for MMOs than like probably Shinya and I. We were in this fucking guild that was literally ran like a military hierarchy.
Bro, okay,
Yeah.
okay, imagine how much of an obnoxious douchebag I am on the internet, okay? Now imagine me being your guild and raid leader.
Oh my god.
Okay?
No, but there was our guild lead was you, but like take that, but
10
like
times worse.
Yeah,
There's
10
dude,
times worse.
dude, I was in a relationship when I played WoW, and people would tell me, be like, hey man, why don't you let your girlfriend come raid with us? And I'm like, nah, her DPS is shit. She can sit out. And I'm like, I show special treatment.
No, that's nothing.
Yeah, but
That's
okay.
nothing.
Have to do.
All right,
We
we'll go
literally
even
had a
further.
spreadsheet. We literally had a spreadsheet with all like 400 players in between our multiple guilds, determining how shitty you were. And if you're
You
too
didn't
shit,
have
we
to
kicked
do-
you out of the guild and bopped you to the like a casual guild.
You
And
didn't
then
have
we
to do
constantly did
military
testing.
guilds.
Yeah.
You'd have to do military drills. We did military drills in an MMO. In BDO, you know how there was like the castle attack system in BDO and Arcade? We did military drills preparing for that shit.
Nah, I'm telling you, I would have ruined your life. I would ruin your life. When the Riot MMO comes out, let's play. Okay, let's play.
If it ever
We'll
comes
be
out.
dead.
still-
We'll be
2050.
dead.
You're
We'll
still
literally be
Exploration
dead.
6 and stinking WuWa. You're gonna be a casual, bro.
Oh shit! Because I'm higher than everybody else in this call besides you. I can't help but have Master
Sounds
Chef
like a
going on in the
casual.
background.
Hey,
I'm
sounds
gonna go
like you'll
check.
be in the second raid. Hey.
True.
Oh, okay, dude. All right, yeah, well, we'll see. I'll complete another fucking bullshit. You have people playing your account, Fob. I see what you do.
No, I don't.
Yes,
What
you
the
do.
hell?
I've seen the
I don't
log.
trust anybody with.
I've
hundreds
seen
of
the
dollars
log.
that
They say,
put
oh,
into
yes,
this
sir, Fobber, another $500. I'll buy another 8 hours. I see how it goes.
Oh,
Hey, people talk. People talk. That's wild.
okay, bro. No way.
Okay, anyways, let's move forward here. And I just want to go around the table, and I just want to know one simple question. What do you prefer right now, and why? Just try to keep it 30 second stops, okay? Wuthering Waves or Genshin Impact? Let's start with you, Feet.
I mean, overall, it's hard for me to pick. I enjoy the gameplay of Wuthering Waves a lot more.
Yeah,
if I had to pick
Yep.
right now at the moment, I've been having more fun with WuWa.
Okay, Stefan.
This is like my existential crisis right now because I'm not sticking with 3 games. Like I'm gonna go insane.
Pick.
I'm gonna be real. Like right now, if I had to pick, I would still pick Genshin.
Okay, why?
And I just feel like it is more polished, regardless of the fucking quote retweets.
Okay.
And I think the story is going in a better direction and continues to go in a better direction. And I do feel like Hoyo is hopefully getting into a more evolutionary stage, especially now that they've released Star Rail and WuWa is here.
What do you play Genshin for? Like, what do you play Genshin for?
I enjoy like the combat. I enjoy characters. I enjoy the story mainly. But I will say that I think if Genshin did not have its story, that I would not like continue playing it in the sense, because at the end of the day, I still have that competitive drive of like wanting to get better, do better, whatever it may be. And I kind of feel like Genshin has kind of plateaued in that regard. And they haven't really changed progression much in like for like how many years since it's been out.
Yeah.
Where I feel like WuWa, even if they do the same thing as Genshin, where like let's say max level never changes, characters have inner progression. Like you feel like you're getting better as you keep playing with a character.
So for me, Genshin is no longer a video game; it's an anime. And I play the new Archon quest when it comes out. Man, 4.3, 4.4, 4.5, 4.6 were awesome. Yeah, that shit made me want to fucking shoot myself, because how the fuck do we not have a new Archon quest for 4 patches? That's insane. So 4.7 better be insane. I'm curious, in recent memory,
Probably not.
you don't think 4.7 is going to be good?
No, I think it's gonna be like good, but okay, well, like get it out of the way. Like obviously, I have the X League career behind me, so I still look at that shit. but I
No,
don't
don't
talk
tell me
about
it's
it.
not going to be good. Don't tell me it's not going to be good.
No. But I
Okay.
just think like it might be another like Kari Bear situation where it's like good but short. Like I don't think it's gonna be like
Yeah.
super in depth, because like Notland's right there. Like they're not gonna like.
I
toss
don't
a
know what Care
massive-
Bear is.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that reference was that you made
He doesn't-
at all.
It's
But
a really short
It's
quest.
that
that-
boy that became
it's
a
that
Hilla
little
Trail
kid,
from Conrad.
yeah.
It's a really long story.
It's the last Days
Oh,
of Quest. It's the last
okay.
Days of
Yeah.
this.
It's
Yeah.
like
Oh,
one of those
okay.
dark. It's like one of
Yeah,
those
yeah.
dark Genshin lore things.
It was really cool,
No,
but short.
no, it
Yeah.
wasn't. It wasn't Dark Fob. It's a kids game. Remember?
it is a kid's game.
It's like
Okay,
that one
Would we,
SpongeBob thing.
would we disagree? Would we disagree that Genshin is a kid's game? Would we disagree with that?
I don't think it's a
Like-
kids game. I think it's
Would you say that Minecraft is a kid's game?
I mean,
No.
like Minecraft's
It
in
can
kids
be.
What?
game,
I don't
Even
think
though it's a
Minecraft
kids
is a kids
game.
Bro, if I told a fucking kid to build what I fucking build in Minecraft, they'd fucking their
Like
minds
those
would explode.
redstone
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
dude, ask them
to play the
penis like
That
that.
shit's crazy.
Nah. Like I think what you're misunderstanding is the difference between a kids game and a game that is catered for a big audience, right? Because if something is made like more like kiddie, right? Adults can play kid stuff, right? But kids can't play adult stuff.
I did.
And so you're like, what?
I played God of War when I was 12. I was
Really?
8. Yeah, I
Really,
was
when
playing.
you-
I was playing GTA. I was playing God of War. I was playing
GTA
Gears
as
of
a kid,
War.
too.
And look
Right,
how
like,
you
I
ended up,
agree,
Tectone.
I
Yeah,
agree.
the
But
fucking
Tectone,
man.
You know, I agree because I
Yeah.
played StarCraft when I was a kid.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
I agree, but like we're like the fucking minority by far. You have to agree, right? We really
Yeah, but,
are.
Yeah, but
I
you,
mean, I
you
played
can't.
Civ when I was a little kid. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
but we are the like gamers are
Love
still
that.
a minority,
I'm
bro.
just saying,
in the world.
I think
Come on.
I think the target demographic for Pokemon, for Minecraft, for Roblox, for Fortnite, for Genshin, I think the target demographic is children. And if
But
you
they are
disagree,
Part.
and if you
you
disagree,
compare the skill
explain
ceiling.
Paimon.
Okay,
Explain
I think
Paimon?
Paimon is
Yes.
there to like dumb it down for that scenario, but my thing is this: I think Genshin has a target audience problem. I think it's targeting the wrong audience because they're targeting that wide demographic, but the large majority of people that are playing Genshin are above the age of 16. Like it's 16 to 25 that actually play the game, and that's
have-
why
do you have proof of that?
everyone in the
Wait.
community.
Do you have any proof of that, or is that just like what you feel?
Listen, that's like in my brain, okay? But like, I'm pretty sure there's a percentage thing out there. Someone quote retweeted you with it, and it had a lot of likes.
And
but-
then it has to be true.
Kids on their
It has to be
iPad
true.
love Genshin though.
Yeah.
Like
It was
that.
on
Like I have
Twitter.
little cousins that play it. Like
Mhm.
I think little
But like,
kids
who's
definitely play it.
realistically like spending the money? Like, I'm sorry, but
Their
an
parents?
8-year-old even their parents. I don't think a parent is going to be spending $300 on a fuck ass gotcha game unless they're rich, and there's only so many 1%ers out there.
No, I'm
Like,
telling you.
it's mostly people with like an expendable income, which are 16 to 25-year-olds.
No, but the kids are
It-
playing it because it's free. And they're saying,
Dude,
oh, I'll
and
just
it's
play
their
it's free to
kids-
play.
it's
I'll
their
get
kids
oh,
using
another
their mom's
chest.
Apple ID, and they just spend it. They probably don't even know what's getting happening. It
I
happens
think
all the
they're
time.
just free to play. I think they're just free to play. 'Cause let's all agree, playing free to play is the best way to play. It is the
Nope.
best way.
Nope, you're tough. You're a cuck.
It's the
You're a cuck.
best.
One of the
Oh,
few
it's
things
like
I
the
agree with, like
worst.
one of the few things I agree with, like I think it was Lakari or who was it, Asman?
Asman
Someone
Gold.
said, like, yeah, was it Asman that said if you play these games free to play, you're a cuck? 100% agree. You're a fucking cuck, bro. You sit there collecting your primo to be like, oh my god, I need to save. I need to save this character, that character, that character, and then I got roll for this character. But then a hotter character comes out, and you're like, oh no, I'll have to skip her.
You're
until
literally
another
going in the
year."
couch.
Hey,
Like,
do
bro,
every
that's miserable.
fuck-ass
What are you doing?
hangout.
Go
Tell
Every
me
story
a character.
quest.
Tell me a character that I wanted that I didn't get.
And how
Yeah, because we got a million selectors. That's
Name me
What happened to
one.
Aventurine,
Name
man?
me one. I got them all. And guess what? I got that shit for $0 fucking dollars. Imagine going to your kids. Imagine going to someone who's not a content creator and saying,
So your
so I spent
explanation for these
$800
people-
on an anime girl. I'm a
your
winner.
Tectone.
So your
Hey,
explanation for these
Aventurine
people is
called,
just
man.
get lucky, forehead?
First of all,
Aventurine called.
I have him.
You do?
Yes, sir. I got
He
him.
does.
So
Yes,
your
sir.
explanation
Got him.
is just get lucky. Do you have Topaz?
Yes, sir.
Why is your chat saying Topaz?
He eventually got
Hey,
Topaz,
hey,
right?
I got Topaz, guys. So
Oh,
what?
on the rerun.
the
On the
gem guy.
I
rerun.
got him on the
The gem
rerun.
god. No, the gem god.
Oh, so
guy
you're
gave
so
him
you
Topaz.
were cucked for a whole couple
yeah,
months
and you were
there
so
until
No,
the
no,
excited.
no, no. I was wetting my appetite. I was pre-jerking my dick, ready to bust
Nah,
my
you
load,
saw
and I got
everybody
on the
else playing
rerun.
with their topazes, you know, stroking her tits, and you were like just sitting there. It's like, one day I'll get to touch her.
And guess what? Guess what? That
And then
day
she came,
came.
you're like, oh
And
my
that
god,
day came.
you got the second survey. You're like, oh my god, there's a lot of cum on her, but hey, I finally get to play with her.
I'll keep it
You know?
real,
That's
man.
a sloppy
I
second.
think people look more beautiful with cum on them. It's just a goddamn
Oh my
truth,
God.
okay?
You can't
I'll
argue with
take it.
Tectone,
Because
dude.
that's
You
how
can't.
you know they did a good job. All right, it's their reward.
True dick cheese, real.
Yes,
He likes
sir.
that
Not dick
NTR.
cheese.
He's into
Syrup.
NTR a lot.
Yeah, it's good shit, man. It's good shit. Yeah. So free to play is the best. Anyways, let me
No
ask
way.
you. Let me ask you a fucking
I
question.
disagree. I disagree.
Okay,
with that.
well, hold on. I'm going in on Fob, and then you fucking tell me afterwards, you fucking little piggy. All right. So here's the thing: if you were poor, what would you rather? $5,000 or a fucking anime girl in a video game?
Anime girl in a video game.
Okay, well, then you have a mental
paycheck, when
illness.
I was going paycheck to paycheck, I literally starved myself to one meal of cup ramen a day so that I can roll for FGO characters.
Fob, I went
That's unhinged.
fucking homeless for Summoner's War. Okay,
That's
I get it.
unhinged.
Yeah,
I'm reformed.
just so you understand. All right, it's worth it.
It's okay. It's fucked up in our heads, but I'm
Nah,
telling you, Fob, if you were to just try free to play, you would get it. It is so much better because now you guys are whale pilled, just like Mr. Pokey. I had fucking
I
Mr.
used
Pokey's.
to play free to play. There's
No.
a canon event in my life where I was free to play. I was like, yee wee, this is so fun, Puzzles and Dragons. Wow, I love this game. And then I fucking didn't get the character I wanted. I was like, oh, great, I just get to watch everybody else.
We'll just
have
roll
fun
better.
with the new
Roll
character.
better. Roll better. Roll better.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Just
Be
roll
better.
Nah, that was my canon event. I walked over to 7-Eleven, bought a fucking goddamn iTunes gift card, fucking swiped that shit, and got my character. And I was like, this is the way to play.
So, Mr. Pokey, your mod, Sarah, came into my chat who said, Pokey's too whale-pilled, so now I'm over here because you don't give a fuck about collecting chests. You don't give a fuck about collecting every single gem that you get because you're like, oh, fuck it, I'll just spend money. You are robbing yourself of a whole aspect of the game that is so much more enjoyable if you just play free-to-play where every chest means something, where every mob kill means something, where every achievement means something. Why are you a whale, Pokey? Be a free-to-play. Just be a free-to-play.
Wait, first of all, isn't Sarah your mod as well?
I'm pretty sure it's your mod.
Sarah was your mod for the longest time.
Oh, okay. Well, now they're back.
And then
So it is what it
You
is.
completely forgot.
Hey, it is what it is.
That's what free to play does
That's
to you, dude. You forget your
crazy.
mods.
That's right.
Crazy.
Pokey, why the fuck are you aware? Because it discredits everything you do, too. Like, everybody can talk to you. Oh, well, you just spent money. Right? Be like, when you're free to play, you get to cope your way out of every situation. Like, oh, yeah, I'd be 38, union level 2, but I'm not a fucking piggy. Right? It lets you shit talk. It lets you virtue signal. It lets you put yourself on a pedestal. It is the
Why
best.
do you care what other people think on the internet? Fuck those pussies.
No. Because here's the thing. If I care what people say on the internet, go to my channel, More Tectone. I am uploading videos of me just going off on random dumb fuck chatters. They are getting 50,000 views, 60,000 views on a channel with 20K subs. I love shit talking motherfuckers who come into my chat with some bullshit. It's good. It's the best content. That's why.
I could do the same thing with Whalen. They could come over here. Oh, you stupid whale. I'm like, yo, nice. Let me see your account. Lol. Fucking this guy's hard stuck abyss.
Oh,
8
poor-
and fucking Genshin Impact.
poor-
Can't even progress tower adversity past the first 2 floors. Lol. This idiot. Oh, you didn't have Gian in your account. Re-roll IRL, lol, bro.
And yet
Like,
you don't. And yet you don't. So
I do that. I
Oh,
do that.
let's see the videos.
I do not,
Post them videos.
I just don't have very good YouTube game, but yeah, I do that on stream. I do it on stream, but yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, we need to upload that shit more. Pokey, I need you to stop spending money, man. I think you need to re-roll an account. I think you need to start anew.
For Wuthering Waves?
For Wuthering Waves, yes. Absolutely.
But why?
Because it will, first of all, it will give you more content because you're running out, because you're spending too much, you're already gated. You might as well have an extra account to play.
It gives me more content because your account is at a further stage and you can talk about these content before other players.
True.
Yeah, but here's the
That's
thing,
what
though. Here's the thing, though. Free to play, more relatability. It's not about who has the best content anymore. It's about who's the most relatable. And here's the thing, whether we want to admit it or not, okay? 90% of our chat does not have a job. They do not have fucking money. They are free to play, not by choice, because they have to. Let's just keep it a fucking buck. Okay?
Relatability is overrated.
Tectone,
Yeah,
Tectone,
but
you
I'm a
lost
girl, they're not gonna
relatability when you
relate
talked about
anyway.
maids. What do you mean?
Well, here's the
Relatability
thing.
is so overrated.
Here's the thing. If you go on Craigslist and just say, I will give you food if you clean my house, you'll have maids. Okay? Some people are down to fucking clean. It's the truth.
You'll
man.
also get murdered.
Yeah,
Yo, I
that's,
would say,
that's fine. That's fine.
I would say I'm spending for my chat though. It's like because they
Ah, no, you're
That's
not.
weird. That's my
Okay,
chat.
I was with
I'm
Pokey until that.
experiencing the whale POV for them so that
Nah,
my
that's
viewers can
weird.
enjoy the
Nah,
whale
listen,
POV.
you should just
So it's like
Dude,
I'm
and if
helping
I
them.
want something that makes me happy, I'm gonna spend for it. Like right now, I'm like
Exactly.
And if they can't, I will do it
or
for them.
something like that. And WuWa.
Yeah, but
I
Pink,
mean-
Pink, but you could have just grinded
I'm
and gotten it.
over 1,000 in Cookie
No,
Run.
but yeah, and that's because you have a fucking problem. Okay, you have a problem. Every day you
You
come
spent
to this
1,000 a cookie run?
Dude, every day she comes with like, dude, I'm gonna fucking spend. I'm gonna get the new cookie. Okay, dude, you could have gotten Gian and the weapon for fucking free if you just
I
played
already
the
have
game.
them. It doesn't matter. I have
listen.
them.
Tectone,
And I'll have
why
another
why
one.
aren't you free to play in Cookie Run Kingdoms though?
Because it's PvP and I want to shit on poor people.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, flip that on context.
And
Flip
there
that
it
on
is.
context.
That's not very
There it is.
relatable.
Great, and that's why I don't play Cookie Run on stream. Okay, that is my guilty pleasure game. Okay, and PvPing, dude. If there was PvP in Wuthering Waves, I would drop $10,000 on day one.
I mean, technically
Every
there is hologram times.
Who
If
cares?
you can't beat it in like 30 seconds for difficulty 6, you're trash.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. Nobody gives a fuck about Memory of Chaos 12 Zero Cycles. Nobody fucking cares. Okay?
But it's not MOC. It's a hologram.
Yeah, but it's the same
That's like the
shit.
equivalent. It's the
Dude,
equivalent. of
nobody
no one
cares
giving a
about
fuck.
hologram. Nobody cares whether you
Who
clear
cares
the-
about Cookie Run Kingdoms PvP?
Hey,
care
chat!
about it.
Type
Wait,
one in
wait.
chat if you fuck with Cookie Run Kingdom. It is the
I
best
agree.
damn
No,
gotcha.
that means everything.
I agree. Nobody cares about Zero Cycle, but you say that because you're free to play and you can't do it.
No, I can do it. I've done it. I've done a zero cycle. Actually, I've done a zero cycle. Actually,
Both sides.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because Acheron is the cheat code to zero cycle. It is easy as shit.
True.
Okay, it is fucking
Do
easy
we have
as
footage
fuck.
of this? Do we have footage?
Yes, I'll pull it up for you later after we do the podcast. Because
I
here's the thing.
searched up Zero Cycle. No one cares about it, you guys on YouTube. Like the views don't.
True,
care.
exactly. And if the views don't care, I don't care. It is what it is. That's why I drama farm, boys. Okay, we
No, I
do this shit for
agree.
content,
I don't think Zero Cycle matters, but like I think it's still fine to have a little niche to do it if you want, you know.
I think it's just fun to do it. It's not even about the
Yeah.
views, just fun. It's like it's fun to beat a hologram in like 6 seconds. It's fun to do zero cycles, and it's fun to, clear in like the Tower of Adversity. Just fun. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay, anyways, Pink, did you have anything else you want to say? Or have you already gotten all of your complaints about why you whale in the game?
Oh, well, I mean, if there's a character and they're hot, I'm going to play it because it makes me happy.
Okay, but here's the thing. You were acting as if you couldn't get that character unless you spent, which is simply a false narrative.
But I wanted them now.
Okay, well then that's correct.
Exactly. And then
it.
if she
And then
didn't
everything
spend,
else, I'll just save for Yinlin, you know?
exactly. If she didn't spend
No.
and rolled everything for Gian, she won't have anything for Yinlin. And then what do you do there? Tell her to wait until Yinlin reruns when everybody else has fucked her in the ass?
Well, just fucking roll better. It's that easy, man. I mean, that's just pretty much it. If you can't get it, then just roll better. Yeah, it really sounds like a personal problem. Okay, so now we're going to talk about something great. I want to know your guys' honest opinion And I would like to talk about a pretty serious subject on Twitter. Oh my God. Wuthering Waves versus Genshin Impact. Let's just fucking get it out of the way here. Okay, I believe that Genshin Impact has had far too many issues for far too long that everybody just so happened to overlook. But the moment Wuthering Waves has those same issues, everybody hyper-focuses on them. Do we think there is a very anti-Wuthering Waves agenda and a very pro-Hoyo agenda, or do we think that is just coincidence? And I would love to start with Stefan. How do you feel about the Genshin versus Wuthering Waves drama on the internet?
No more gifted subs, Stefan. Sorry, man.
I know. I liked it when it was Steven. At least I was getting paid. I think, okay, well, honestly, I wasn't super hyper invested in the community side of Genshin when I first played it, like in 1.0. I just low-key saw Breath of the Wild clone, and I was like, ooh, I fucks with that.
Yep.
And then, lo and behold, motherfucker was a gacha game, and I was like, what is this? Why do I have to spend money to get characters? What the fuck? I also pulled on the standard banner, like, with like primos at the beginning. Like that's how ungacha I was.
That's insane.
And then Ganya was the one that like finally got me to spend because I pulled Chi-Chi like a little bitch. And that's the drug right there when you don't get what you want. So I don't really feel like Genshin, like at least for me, I was still on the internet at that time, like still looking at stuff, and I didn't really see this massive like 1.0 issue. I obviously knew that I think there was like definitely like servers being kind of like overloaded and people were like struggling with that. But there was no point where I was playing the Genshin 1.0 story and like audio desynced and like all these kind of things. Like it felt when I was playing through it genuinely like unpolished. Like I was like, this might have needed to cook for like a month, maybe more. And I don't really appreciate that. I feel like that's been very normalized within gaming right now, where everything comes out and it's like a fucking beta test, but you're still paying for it. Well, in this case, you're not, unless you're like spending. And that's kind of my first initial thing. And I felt like Genshin came out more polished, like from day one. And sure, like apparently they might have had more money, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, it's a product and we're all consumers, so we're gonna hold them to the same standard. I don't feel like the communities are that much different in terms of like how they're going at each other. People yap about the problems of Genshin all the time, and I think people were just disappointed because obviously this game had built a ton of hype, and you know, for all of us here, I don't think any of us experienced any super major issues, so we can't really relate. But I can imagine one of us if we tried to play the game and then all of a sudden on day one it's like unplayable. So I don't think it's being held to a different standard. Like I don't. I think they're both held to a similar standard. I don't think there's like some conspiracy in the background of like creators specifically putting things down in order to like bring viewership somewhere. On the corporate side, probably 100%. There's like both sides are doing their own things in order to try and either keep their player base or, you know, take player base, but that's just like the world of capitalism. Like everyone does that with everything.
Yeah. Did you see the Hoyoverse contract for, or maybe not the Hoyoverse contract, the Zenless Zone Zero contract that was offered where it said to not play Wuthering Waves?
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in the legitimacy of that, or do you think it's you know, bullshit?
I believe that it's legitimate.
Okay. Does anybody here think that contract leak was fake? Cool.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
You should check it out. Great stream content. Great stream content. You should pull it up. It's great.
I doubt it's fake. Well, good, especially if it's on the Chinese side. The Chinese side, contract-wise, seems to have like way crazier stuff.
Okay, yeah, it was insane how the reason why I think there's a crazy disconnect is due to the existence of a subreddit called r/gachagaming. Biggest pile of dog shit subreddit I've ever seen in my whole fucking life.
It really is. They're so biased, man.
It's
it
fucking
really
insane. I have never seen more pro Hoyo shills in my entire fucking life. It's saying that Genshin Impact never had any bugs is fucking insane. Now I'm hoping one of you guys can provide context for me for this one because do we all remember the bug where Kave could go into your account and delete relic domains from existence? Can anybody provide further context on this? Anybody like well versed in that? Fob, you look like you know about Kave. Do you know about that?
Yeah. I remember that, and he could delete just like bosses and like just random stuff from the map and stuff. But it was a pretty quickly hotfix. I mean, for like Genshin. I remember when I first streamed Genshin, and there are a lot of people coming to my stream like talking about bugs and stuff. And I like one of the main focal things I like always said was that I thought Genshin released like 2 to 3 months too early. Like I always said that, and I specifically said is because
you didn't say that. Wait, why?
yeah, I said that, and I said it was specifically because they wanted to get ahead of the WoW X pack that was coming out like right the month after that. So Genshin released right pretty much the beginning of October, right? September 28th, something like that. And then WoW's X pack was like November. And WoW was like still back then was pretty big, right? It still is pretty big. And I thought like, you know, that was probably a pretty good reason as to why. And it was a pretty dead zone during Genshin's release. Like nothing else was really coming out in the gaming space. So I thought that MiHoYo, and if you guys specifically go back, CBT3 literally ended like 3 weeks before launch. So like they went from CBT3, like pretty much did nothing with the feedback and just released the damn game. So I was like, this shit is like, that's such a crazy turnover. This had to have been rushed out. And there were like definitely issues back then as well. I remember I'd try to play Genshin on my phone. That shit, like I could use it to literally cook eggs, you know? So like
100%.
I remember there were launch issues, but like I think some of the reasons, well, first of all, I think we consume way too much fucking Twitter and Reddit. Like
I agree.
I think those platforms are dog shit.
They are.
And a lot of it is just getting a lot of people getting one guide, and there's a lot of discourse around being one guide. And so you think there's a lot, because I feel like if you actually get like the total human population that play these games and actually ask them this stuff, they'd probably be like, what? Huh? Like they don't actually care. It's just the people that are in these spaces. And then on top of that, like there is a little bit that I do give Kuro a little shit on, because I think we can all agree one of the best things that Genshin has done for the gacha space is give all these other developers a playbook of what to do and what not to do, right? Yep. And I feel like Kuro has kind of not really read the playbook properly, like thoroughly, whether it's budgetary issues, maybe development time, or they, you know, a lot of people are saying like, you know, their license in China was expiring, so they had to release it at this time, even though it might not have been ready. Like there's just a lot of, and I think that's why WuWa is being held, if it is being held, right? That might be why some people are holding to a high standard. Me personally, I don't fucking really hold it to a high standard. It's just, I feel like, you know, we live in a day and age where Ubisoft releases quadruple A title games that are literally hot dog shit. So like, you know, I'm not crazy about like game releases. It is what it is. You know, they work. If they work, they don't work, I guess they'll fix it, you know, but that's just my opinion on it. I feel like a lot of people do forget Genshin did have some issues in the beginning. I definitely don't remember it being as many as Wuthering Waves really issues, but I mean, I think that's just like Shinyo was talking about earlier. That's just an engine diff, Unity versus Unreal Engine, and Unreal Engine is fucking, that thing's thick, you know. Yeah. Running that on mobile is rough, and that's also why I think Wuthering doesn't have a PS4 release, like, or PlayStation release off rip, because they're taking forever to get that shit over to PlayStation. You know.
I do think the big issue with Reddit and Twitter as a whole is generally the existence of confirmation bias, and people aren't really looking for what's the truth or what's not the truth. They're just looking for where's a viewpoint that makes me feel like I'm right. Oh, there it is.
Well,
okay, that must be the truth.
They're echo chambers.
Yeah, that's why I don't think the discourse on it is truly actually meaningful. Most of it is just fucking tribalism.
90% of the time when you want to find good information on Reddit, you literally have to sort by controversial. You don't sort by top upvotes, you sort by controversial, which means it has as many upvotes as it has downvotes.
That's where you go somewhere else, just don't use Reddit.
True.
And to add more to the Kave glitch, like I made a video about it, and the thing with it is, it was insanely game breaking, because you could literally like delete game assets with that ability, and they wouldn't come back unless you contacted Hoyoverse. But it was also like, it wasn't as spread as people made it out to be. It was very specific, and it wasn't so much a bug. It was more like an exploit that was accessed through that bug. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of complex.
Was that something that existed on main servers, or was that private servers only?
Some people said that it was private servers. Honestly, it's not confirmed, because it did spread on the Chinese side, and, you know, it's harder to verify things on the Chinese side. Yeah. But, you know, what matters is that the thing spread like wildfire, and people started believing it was real, so they literally would not accept anyone with a Kave profile picture. It ruined the reputation of the character pretty much. And so now, like, he only shows up with Al-Haytham, and he's showing up now like with Al-Haytham's rerun after like God knows how long, and people always make the joke of like, oh, he deleted himself, he's finally coming back. So It was more like a reputation hit for.
Nah, bro, he was
Hoiverse,
on
if
the
anything.
he was on the Discovery Channel collab.
Yeah, he was on the Discovery, which didn't involve him in any way, by the way. Just the art. I went there expecting maybe they hired his voice actor. Nothing. Not even a reference. But yeah, that's what happened.
Okay. So a lot of Genshin content creators, and I want to know, because obviously some of you guys are familiar with my story on the internet. We've known each other for a pretty fucking long time now. I've been on the internet for about 5 years, and I don't think I've ever had a single point where I was not a controversial figure on the internet. Now, recently, for the launch of Wuthering Waves, there are a lot of content creators who are stating that they are being harassed by people asking them to play Wuthering Waves. Now, I don't know when these people grew up, but if they consider being asked to play a game fucking harassment, I think they need to go outside and harden the fuck up. So I am curious, what is y'all's opinions of it being considered harassment by simply asking a content creator, are you going to play this game or not? And I'd love to start with you, Mr. Pokey. What are your thoughts?
Wait, why me?
Because you fucking just sit there every podcast, you don't say shit, man. I want to talk to you.
That's not my... Okay, no, but the thing is, because a lot of these topics, like, me personally, I'm just not that invested. Like, I'm just not that invested in the whole Genshin versus Wuthering Wave thing, because I like playing Wuthering Waves. And, I mean, me personally, I'm not really a big Genshin player for like 3.5 years. I only played a little bit, like less than 2 months. And, I mean, I'm a big real man. I think the Genshin is really not that bad. But, like you said, it is probably still the honeymoon phase, and for now, I still like the game. But
so why haven't you played
when I stopped liking the game, because Wuthering Waves came out, and I'm playing Wuthering Waves.
Oh, okay.
And like I enjoy Wuthering Waves, but I just don't hate Genshin, and I'm not in this camp of the whole Genshin versus Wuthering Waves thing. So for me personally, I like the game, therefore I play the game. If I don't like the game, then I don't play the game.
So,
that's why I didn't really a lot of this topic. I'm just not really that invested.
Have
like the whole tribalism.
Have you experienced any harassment for Wuthering Waves?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, you made a tweet, right? You made a tweet saying, "I have not to anyone."
Oh wait,
I have not quit HSR.
No,
so
that's because
wondering, yeah.
No. I didn't get harassed. It's just that my chat keeps memeing like, "Yo, when's Boot Hill? When's Boot Hill?" And
Okay.
Who?
Yeah.
Like
Boot Hill.
It's coming out tomorrow.
I haven't. Yeah, it's coming out tomorrow. It's just less than like. It's less than 5 hours, I think. But like, oh my god,
I think for Asia.
I'm just having the Wuthering Waves brain rot, so yeah, I'm just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I think you're lying because you're implying that you read your chat, and that's just something that you like don't do.
What the actual fuck? No, I read my chat all the time. It's just that when I'm logged in, then I just don't read chat. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, of course you do, man. You're reading it all the time. Also, Boot Hill getting power crept next patch immediately by Firefly is fucking insane. Why the? Yeah, like what the fuck were they thinking? Pink, have you received any harassment for playing Wuthering Waves?
Not at all. What the? I mean, okay, as somebody who's switched games, like usually what I do for my content, I'll be stuck on a game for about a year or two, and then I kind of switch off. Especially if it's something I'm addicted to. That's why it's like gotcha. I feel like I'll have an option to switch through different games with the same like area. Because like for a year I did No Pixel, right? I did GTA. People come in every day. You're going back to GTA? We're No Pixel. Go back to GTA. XQC's waiting for you in GTA. I'm just like, bro, just let me play a damn game. But that's not harassment. That's just how it is. Like whenever you switch to different games, people are gonna ask you to play other games. It's like just put a little command, shut the fuck up. That's all you got to do.
I think the only thing that could maybe be considered like annoying is I know like I think I saw on Twitter, I forget who it was. I think it was Sevi. And there were basically a lot of people just going to pretty much anyone that's like a Genshin CC and telling them, "Oh, you're not playing and maining Wuthering Waves because you're on a contract."
Yes, sir.
I can see that as annoying, which is like,
Genshin
they just don't want to play the game.
People who only 90% or more of their content is Genshin, I think are getting the most. Like, I wouldn't say it's, in my opinion, like from my point of view, it's not harassment, but I think it's more like accusations or allegations from people like, oh, like good to see you finally play the game with your Hoiverse contract. You know, I think that's the thing that's kind of annoying them. It's like it's not so much that it's harassment.
It's not harassment. It's just annoying. Yeah,
it's the people who like Sevi. I think Doro had these issues too. Brand, like just people who center their content a lot on Genshin. So that's where kind of
there seems to be a portion of the internet that can't fathom that someone just might not be interested in playing another game.
No, so,
I mean,
so
the Zenless
That's
Zone
kind of
Zero
what
here's
thing.
my
happens
thing.
whenever you're with any big corporation or doing anything corporate. Like big corporate, people just don't like it. It doesn't matter like if it's for a game or what you're sponsored by or whatever.
So I think if people are going after Sevi, that makes no fucking sense. Let's say hypothetical. I can always bring hypotheticals for the scenario because it didn't happen. But let's say someone like Ziox didn't play Wuthering Waves. That would have been like, what the fuck? Like the people who are constantly complaining about, oh, endgame Genshin's so bad. And like, you know, Ziox's been complaining about this shit for 3 years. That's why I'm very glad that he played Wuthering Waves. Going after someone like Sevi, a lore enjoyer, makes no sense. But if you're going
She made
after...
a post about it too. You know,
Yeah,
and
they
still
did.
went after
There were
her.
a bunch of people
Yeah.
just being annoying about her,
Yeah.
telling her she's on a contract. That's why she's not playing Wuthering
Yeah.
Waves.
She should just say true.
Embrace it.
And then just move on. No, that's what works. I mean, I had a buddy, his name was Zizix, and all the time he would get called a Tectone dick rider by the people in VR chat. And so eventually he just said, yeah, you're right, I am. And then nobody brought it up ever again. The moment you embrace the shit that people throw at you and just say, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, true. Yep, you're right. It just goes
Tectone
away.
chat, how many times has this guy told this story? I swear to God, he tells it every damn time.
Every day.
Okay, well,
Jesus
dude.
Christ, get
So-
a new story,
Okay,
bro.
so this one time I was fucking your mom, right? I was fucking your mom.
Same thing, man. You talk about it all the time.
Jesus.
It's just it just holds true. So I'm getting old. You know what I mean? I'm 30 years old now, man. It just happens. It's fucking brutal. But yeah. Is there anybody? Because I believe Zajeff played, Ziox played. Has Tawano played yet, or no?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did. Great. Is there anybody currently known for thinking Wuthering Waves is just like fucking garbage? No. Great. It's a great game, guys. If you're still here, you should play me. You should be playing the game right now. It's
Oh,
fucking
I
awesome.
still think there's a misconception. I think there's such a large group of people that actually think this game's gonna be like a Souls-like. It's really not, you know?
Yeah, it's more like Devil May Cry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's just I think the end game, once even free to plays, once people get far enough, it's just gonna get to a point where it is gonna, unless Kuro gets further and like gives us more content, as it is right now, we will outlevel all the content.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like right now, hologram only goes to 90 bosses. I'm pretty sure we level to 100 as characters. Then we literally
I'm
outlevel
pretty sure it's
the
90.
bosses.
I'm pretty
Is
sure
it
it's 90
90?
as well. I'm pretty sure it's 90
Well,
as well.
Yeah,
either way, equivalent level alone is already just so good. Like we will
Wait, Fob,
not
you
have
beat
any.
difficulty 6?
Yeah, I already beat difficulty 6 morning eyes.
Holy shit, wait. How is Tempest Memphis?
Tempest Memphis is, I swear to God, that guy's just tanky as fuck for no reason. I do like half the damage, but yeah,
Holy
he's a little bitch.
Yeah, I'll beat him. I haven't tried any holograms yet. I just don't give a fuck about it yet. I'll be real. I'm gonna give a hot take. I prefer the exploration over the combat in the game. That's my favorite part of the entire game.
Really?
Yeah, I'm much more of an explorer in this game, and I never thought I would say that about anything. My chat is begging me to do endgame, and I'm just like not doing it because I'm having way too much fun running around and collecting every chest, collecting every
You're
ore.
doing trying to 100% everything.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a really fun challenge. Explore the game. I want to complete the whole fucking map. I am a bona fide mint picker in this fucking game. It's good. Now, once I finish exploring,
Lotus
I'm done.
picker.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited to go to Tiger Maw. Excited to unlock that shit, collect the ore, get the free weapon, fucking power it up. I mean, you guys wouldn't get it because you're all fucking whales. Let the record show I'm the only free to play in this entire call, and you guys don't get it.
No,
'cause
no,
you're
That's
all
not
free to play.
true.
I bought a monthly
I
pass.
won't
You know, that's
play.
it. That's it. I just bought a monthly pass. I'm chilling. I haven't
I'm
wailed
only,
yet.
I only wail for the characters though. Does that count?
Yes. Why the fuck would it not
What
count?
else are you gonna wail for?
Like,
I don't know, for wave plates or something. I just want the characters.
okay.
Okay, I would
almost
just like to
wailed.
say that I actually am free to play in this game. Like, this is the only one.
Yeah,
Free
but
to play plus.
I just got the monthly pass,
Nope.
man. I'm chilling.
Literally, no monthly, no Welkit, or well, Lunite. Nothing.
yeah, but you know, I mean, you're only union level 27. I'm up here at 32.
31.
So, well, you're 31.
And 31.
I'm 32. You know what I mean? So, I mean, who knows? Who's really to say what you are in the game? Is what it is. Yeah. Is there anything I would like? Actually, I'd like to circle back. We were talking about the glaring issues of Wuthering Waves, and I want to go through those, and I want to just really fucking get to the bottom of it here. What is the deal with the resource issue? And I believe Fob, you brought it up. Is there like a resolution for the resource issue in the game that you know of currently?
Well, currently one of the biggest issues is premium tuners, which you pretty much need to unlock the substats, right?
Yeah.
And for some reason, this was a criticism that they've had in previous betas, but they just didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Essentially, right now I have like over 1,000 purple tuners I can't do anything with because I'm not upgrading purple echoes anymore, right?
Yeah.
And eventually even free to plays are going to run into this issue where they just have so many of the blue and purple, and like why don't they have a system to upgrade the blues into purples and purples into golds, right? Essentially you just sit there and just have this trash that you'll never be able to use infinitely. There's also this issue where like, I mean, maybe it'll get resolved once you get to like Union 40 and 50 and like higher world level. But
why would
essentially,
that?
like,
Why would that resolve it?
you know how like in HSR or Genshin, right? You get like more artifacts, the higher difficulties,
Yeah,
right? Until you get to the highest difficulty, it'll give you the most artifacts or relics, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. I think maybe then we'll see more Echo EXP, but as it is right now, it's so little EXP per run for 60 wave plate. It's pretty much jack shit.
Okay.
And
I
yeah.
think that's an issue with people like us that are playing the game for 10 hours a day. I don't think the casual, normal people who play this game are going to be having issues with Echo XP.
Bro, I feel
Wait,
like
why?
in literally a week from now, when the large story of the player base is 30, they'll hit the exact same wall. You can level maybe like 5 or 6 echoes.
No
like,
way.
and then you're done. Like if you
No.
level them to max, 25 is a lot.
Okay, to
of, like,
25, sure.
requirements.
But we're okay, so echoes are the literal end game. You should not be able to get a perfect echo set at everything level 25 a week into the game. This should be something that takes months to do. Getting to 25, getting to level 20, getting to level 15, you can complete every content in the game. Getting to level 25 perfect substats on everything, that's a long-term goal. This isn't something you should be able to do within the first week, the first month. This is something that we need to be looking forward to as the months progress. I think thinking that you should be able to get perfect echoes 25 on everything this early on in the game, I think that's just it's a bad mindset.
I don't think anyone's thinking that. The issue is essentially, right, if we go into the mindset of what you just said, like super casuals, like how many echoes do you think they're really getting if they're super casual and just doing tacit fields that are actually upgradable, right? Not very often. And then if it bricks, they have to feed it into the next one. And then there's so much
You get
EXP loss
80%
there.
back. Yeah, but you get 80% back.
It's for a casual when you don't have that much EXP anyways, that 20% loss is pretty big. And then like, yeah. And then on top of that, it's just, I don't know, but it's not like we're not looking for perfect subsets, right? It's just there's got to be a way to get more EXP. And the fact that they have Echo EXP and tuners as a bundle in the shop, it's like if HSR or Genshin sold you Artifact EXP for money. Like I feel like that sets a precedent. Like they clearly know it's a resource that's very limited, and that's why they're selling it.
I didn't know that.
Like, I feel like Kuro would not put that in the shop as with monetary value if it was not something that they actively knew about that they were getting really hard.
Sure.
You don't think people would actually spend the money for you?
Okay, so
I
that's
spent
It is
money for it.
ridiculously
100%.
not worth it though. It's
it's
so
not worth it.
Oh, it's definitely
like,
not.
It's like 20
Whale
bucks for like
bait.
jack shit, but I bought it because I'm fucking weird.
Yeah,
Odds
you're
are
a filthy,
related.
you're a
Because
filthy
they're waiting for your order.
say it. You're a filthy piggy, and you bought something that
No,
you
bro.
didn't want. You
No, bro.
wasted money because you're a weak man.
I love rolling. I want to roll more subsets,
Weak.
man. It's
Weak.
addicting. It's addicting.
We
yeah,
have
look
a
at my-
problem. It's a gambling issue, and it's okay.
No,
Yeah, I mean,
you
I-
can't say it's okay to have a gambling
As long as you-
issue.
Okay, I have a roof
If
over
you
my head. As long
admit
as I
it,
have
not
a
an
you're
roof over my
issue if you have
head.
aware.
money.
Oh, I'm racist. I admitted it, so now it's okay. That's not how it works.
That's
Okay,
one
that's
step to
different.
enlightenment.
It's still a
Congratulations.
fucking problem. Okay, listen. Here's the thing. So we obviously need to talk about the echo issue for sure. I do think it is a very fair take to say maybe it goes away at 40, maybe even 50. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I'm down to voice concerns for that for sure. Because, I mean, for Shinya's point, I do agree expecting to get 25 echo levels this early is very unreasonable. And for games like Genshin and back to Honkai Star Rail, I was sitting at level 12 on my plus 20able artifacts for a very long time because I knew that was the efficient way to play. And you can't just like, oh, I'll just max it. Tuner. That's just not how it works.
Especially when we have an abundance of purple echoes, maybe you need to use a purple echo for a little bit. It's not 100% efficient. We're talking maybe 75 to 80% efficiency, but maybe you need to use a purple echo for a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
I do think they need to do something different with the echoes. I think it's fun that we get to take the smaller echoes and turn them into bigger echoes, but I do think they should be a resource that are able to be fed into other resources for sure. I thought I would have an issue with the tuners. I want to say something that's going to be fucking terrible. It's probably the worst thing I've ever had for a lot of people's minds.
You like them.
I like the tuner system.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just rolling.
Yeah.
If I get crit rate,
but you're gonna run out of the gold so fast.
For
You
sure. But the
Yeah.
way that rolling the substats work in this game, I enjoy if I did not have the tuner issue. Because
it feels good when you hit it.
Because the thing that really sucks for Honkai Star Rail is like, okay, I hit crit rate. Now I have to hit it 4 more fucking times. For this one is, I see the crit rate. If it says crit rate, thank fucking God, maybe it's a low roll, but at least I'm not having to think, okay, now I have to do 1 in 4, 1 in 16, 1 in 64, 1 in 256 to get all 4 fucking crit rate rolls. Like, I feel like it's a much higher chance to get a good roll of something that you want versus having to hope to God you hit that shit over and over and over again. But I do think this system is very fucked for if I run out of tuners, I'm gonna want to fucking shoot myself. Full disclosure, I am not anywhere near that right now. I have so much it's fucking ridiculous, and I feel like I'm even wasting. Like, I'll just get automatically
And again,
25, fucking slam it.
And again, you get 80% of your tuners back when you combine it into a new echo. You get 80% of your tuners back.
Is that true?
No, you get 10% of it back if I remember.
Pretty sure
or something like that.
You get a lot back.
30%.
30%. So
Not
if
bad,
you
bad,
tune
not bad.
something and then you upgrade it, you get the tuners back, chat. You can
30% of the
30% of what you've invested into
but
it.
80% XP, 30% tuners.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But okay, going back to your point about like the substats, how you think it feels better. So you know in HSR Genshin, you'd have to hit crit over and over again,
I hate
right?
that shit.
That's what's a good piece.
Yep.
But in Wuthering Waves, now what's a good piece is hitting crit rate and then hitting the resonance liberation damage and then hitting the resonance skill damage and then hitting the basic attack or heavy attack damage and then hitting the crit damage.
Yep.
So like you think it's just like it's better, but like now what a good piece in Wuthering Waves is a different facet. It's not just hitting crit and crit. It's hitting all the other bonuses that you need for your character as well. So
100%.
and then this is a different thing where like in HSR and Genshin, a lot of these characters, like, you know, you can kind of take any piece from like a Genshin character with good crit value and use it on another character, right? But if you have a Wuthering Waves piece for like, let's say Yinlin, who really benefits from resonance liberation damage, right? I can't take that piece and get the same amount of value from a character that doesn't fucking give a shit about liberation damage and mainly is an auto attack character, right? So there's a much deeper end game for, I think, Wuthering Waves' possibilities for echoes that like, yeah, I mean, I like it because I'm a whale, but you know.
Yeah, I also think there's a bigger pool of useful stats in Wuthering Waves ecosystem where there's a lot of dead stats. I feel like the existence, and fucking, I already hate the fucking flat defense, but I feel like the existence of basic attack damage, fucking resonance damage, resonance liberation damage, fucking other word for damage stats are really nice, but like fucking flat HP, flat attack, flat defense, that shit drives me fucking nuts. And there's a lot of just straight up useless stats for Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail that drive me nuts. That's why I prefer how it works right now. But when I hit y'all's where y'all are at, I might fucking hate it if the tuner issue is not solved.
No, I think you might hate it because you think some of those stats are useful, but certain characters just don't use those abilities at all or benefits at all. So
I guess we'll have to see.
What would you guys say is a realistic time frame where someone should be able to get a perfect set of echoes on their main team?
You want me to
what
give
would
it
you
a
say is a
buck?
real? Yeah.
2
Straight
years?
up. This is about to fucking fuck y'all up. I think 9 months is fine.
Okay.
for a casual,
Genshin, it's
For a
Genshin has
casual,
been
yeah.
4 years,
Nah,
man.
not
And there's
even-
people
not
who still
even
don't have
close.
it.
Not even close, because especially casuals, the tree cost is like impossible to farm.
yeah.
It's like it's
very
super
hard.
super difficult because you have like different sets with different main stats. The tree cost is like super difficult for your bosses. You can like refresh, right? Tree cost is like you either do Tesla fields or you do overall. And it's like super rare, and you have to be on the right main stat and the right subset with the sub. Yeah, so like it's like super difficult.
And if you have
That-
zero
I-
friends, you got nothing to farm
Yeah,
in
it's
your
like-
own
it's-
world,
it's
and
over,
it's
it's
sad.
And
actually
it's
over.
5 piece. We don't even have off piece to like make it a bit easier.
Yeah.
That's why the game needs what they need to do is change it so tuners are where you're able to select a specific main stat or substat.
Let me
on, like,
clarify
certain
for anybody
bases.
wondering what I was
Nah,
saying.
fuck that.
I want to say
Ah.
9 months to fully gear my account if I'm free to play. Like have a usable, not perfect, a usable
entire
stat
account?
on
Like for
use
one
the voice.
character,
no.
or
For like if so, we need 12. Is it 12 or 9 for
nah.
for the tower.
Nine characters.
You technically
Nine.
No.
only
I
need
want
three
all-
sets.
I want
Because
all of them
you
to be
can
usable
swap
at 9
the
months.
sets.
Yeah, okay.
You only
You
need
can just
to
get
roll
like
that.
3 bets installed in Rainbow and you can just swap them all between all 3 teams because you can
We-
take out
we-
relics for anger.
Yeah, but we
That's fair.
need echo presets. We need presets in the game already.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
One
it's
one
super, super rare.
swappable echo pre. It's such a pain in the ass swapping echoes.
Wait,
currently.
I'm still gonna point this out because I think the UI for this ecosystem is so dog shit. Because like when you
It's pretty
filter,
bad.
every time you go
Mhm.
back, the filter resets.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you
yeah,
do
I
like
noticed
sort
that.
by descending on descending,
Yep.
it goes from the oh my god, it's so bad.
Or you have to
That's
like
fucked me.
check. You have to like go into it to check every time like what
Yep.
the actual like thing rolled
you're in
every
charge.
time you're like farming, and it's
Ah.
super freaking annoying. So I definitely feel like that whole system, like when it pops up, you should be able to like view at least a preview of the main stat of the echo and like whatever set it rolled. And I'll also say like to anyone who is farming, either 3-piece or 1-piece is like dedicated. Although it's not as crazy of an RNG difference as Genshin, it for some reason feels bad when you're hyper targeting one thing and you constantly get it rolled onto like the possible other like like HP, but you're getting like another set, like a fire set, and you're kind of going for one thing. I feel like that also feels bad sometimes, even though like it's similar to when you're pulling in Star Rail and Genshin for artifacts. It could obviously roll for other stuff because it's like 2 sets.
Quick,
That's why I feel.
shit talk Tectone before he comes back. Quick.
Yeah. That's why I feel the game needs more. So I don't know if you guys are aware. If you do the elusive realm, you get to pick 2 pieces, 3 cost specifically that have the elemental main stat.
Yeah.
Guaranteed for your set bonus. The game needs more stuff like that, like one-time rewards for doing harder difficulty. That's why the events in the next 1 to 3 months are going to be so incredibly important for this game, because if they do things like that regularly, I think we're on a very good path.
Can I confess something before he gets back?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, because like I said, I used to make content for Genshin. Do not ever
Mhm.
tell him this. I like Paimon. I used to make so much Paimon content. I used to do
Why?
have the voice
No,
actor would go
explain.
under my
Explain.
because I'd be like, Paimon's so excited to be emergency food. Like I would do so much cringe content, and the voice actors would be like, "I love all your stuff."
Dude.
And
That
I-
is actually
okay,
crazy, bro.
Do not tell Techie that though. Just tell
Caught,
him
mask
never to
off,
scroll.
everything. Caught,
So,
mask off, fucking everything, dude. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
When the new character comes, a little guy, I'm actually so excited.
Are you gonna cosplay him? You gonna cosplay little guy?
No, I'll probably get plushies and stuff.
Yo, clip it and ship it, bro.
the
What?
little
I just said don't. I said
Yeah.
don't.
I'm not the chat, dude.
Just don't ever tell him.
He is-
Don't
he
ever
is-
tell
he
him.
is
You could
pretty
just say
cute,
it's
though.
AI. You could just say, listen, bro, someone fucking defaked me, man.
I will say that the little guy in Wuthering Waves is very cute. Whatever his name is, he's pretty
I know.
fucking
I
cute.
have a cinema roll banner behind me.
Yeah.
Like I love
He
cute little
does
characters.
have cinnamon roll vibes. That's
Yeah, he
true.
does. He does.
He does.
No, Pom Pom clears.
Pom Pom's an
Pom-Pom,
it, which is
yeah.
crazy. Like, what
I
is
love Pom
Pom
Pom.
Pom?
I
Yeah.
pump out. Pump
Oh.
on you.
Aw.
Mine's
Oh,
right
God.
there.
Wait, Ping. I think we have the exact same
I
toy.
need to go get one.
We're the same one. The same
We have the
guy.
exact-
Was that from an official event or what?
Yeah, mine's up here. It's all.
One
It's
of
all
my
the same.
one of
it's
my
the same
chatters sent
plushie.
it to me.
Oh, awesome.
Wait, you're just cuter.
Oh my god, the
Yo, those
ears
are big ass
so
ears.
cute.
Oh
He's like a
wait.
chibi.
Oh,
I want
Poké-
that
Wait.
one.
Yeah,
Oh my
Poké
God,
and I
that's
have
Wait,
the
adorable.
yours
official
is
one.
so much cuter.
And the hat comes off.
Wait, do you have like a link for that one?
Or it's the official
yeah,
one.
Sure, I can
Yeah.
send you one. Yeah, I can send you one. It's the official one. It's the official one.
Yo, Picky, do you have a Paimon plushie?
I don't.
See, that's why Pom Pom's better.
No, I just
Whoa.
had Zhongli stuff, and then I just hit it all away. So I didn't want to give him PTSD.
Clock it.
So with Tucky gone, what's a feature that you guys that you would want most in Wuthering Waves? What is on your? Oh, he's back. Never mind. Let's wait. Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, dude,
Hey,
I
man.
found out where all the bugs went. They were in my fucking
Oh.
bathroom, bro. It was literally just,
Oh.
it was the swarm
Dude.
disaster in there,
Migrated.
man. And I fucking killed them all. They were on that cup, and they were like, "Oh God, Father's home," and they tried to run away, and then I spun the vinegar all over them, bro, and they started melting. Oh yeah, fuck them, bro. I hate those little fucking rats. Yeah, they're all in there. Yes, we got them contained. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 flies around here. Anyways, yeah, I'll save them as a snack for later. I
Yum.
think the next thing I want to talk about is the toxicity of the community. I think Genshin and shit community are pretty much used in every single sentence to describe Genshin whenever it's brought up on Twitter. So I am curious, how are we feeling about the Wuthering Waves community so far? Do we have any concerns, or are we okay with them? And I'd love to start with Mr. Feet.
Feet for short.
So I don't really have much experience with like the communities in general. I don't really interact with too much of the gacha community. I kind of just do my own thing and just watch, and I have a good time doing that. But for Wuthering Waves, they gave me my first banger tweet, so I'm pretty happy about that.
What was your banger tweet?
It was just one talking about like this random ass bear that was level 120.
That fight was awesome, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit was good. What about you, Stefan? How do you feel about the community so far for Wuthering Waves?
It's the same. Like, I don't know what people are yapping about on Twitter, being like, oh, like, Genshin's so toxic, Hoyo's so toxic. Like, it's the same toxicity both ways at this point. Like, the same people that, like, hate Genshin and want, like, the worst for it are, like, just as bad as the extreme side of Genshin that want the worst for WuWa. And everyone just wants to act, like, all, like, high and mighty, I think. And, I don't know, like, I feel like obviously, okay, we all know Genshin community is insane. Like, I think anyone who's a content creator, like, knows like how crazy it can get at times. Especially if you've ever been like involved in anything. You'll like see the worst of it. And like, obviously, WuWa is new, so let me preface with saying it's definitely not the exact same in terms of extremes. Like, Genshin's community has showed an extreme that like I don't think any community has done really. But would I be surprised that WuWa would eventually get to that point? Like, no. Because again, I think that the communities are very much shared. The same people playing Genshin are probably playing Wuthering Waves, and the same chronically online motherfuckers who are like acting like these characters are real and all that kind of stuff are going to exist in Wuthering Waves as well, and like do the dumb gatekeeping thing and being like, stop playing this game, we hate you, you're the worst content creator, get out of our community. That exists in WuWa and exists in Genshin, and I think that's just what the gotcha space of this has become, because the games are just so similar that there was no way that these communities were going to be that different.
Yeah.
Unlike a game like PGR is so different from like Genshin that the community, although shared to not to the same degree, but in this one, like the same toxicities are going to exist.
Interesting. I
Right.
have something I want to say on that, but I want to make sure everybody gets through it first. Shinya, what are your thoughts on the Wuthering Waves community so far?
So it's 80% positive, but I voiced my concerns about this before is anytime I have spoken anytime I've criticized this Kuro on any of their shortcomings, again, we're falling into the same trap of the Genshin and Hoyo stands who their company can do no wrong, and you're wrong for, you know, voicing your concerns about the company. That's the one thing that I personally notice is that people are becoming the things that they hate. They are becoming the same people that they've been bitching about for the last 3 to 6 months with the recent Wuthering Waves. We as a community just need to identify that. We need to realize that at the end of the day, Kuro is also a company, just like Hoyoverse is, right? We need to realize that they're maximizing profits. All they want to do is take every single penny out of you. At the end of the day, that's what companies do. We need to realize that. We need to stop putting Kuro on a pedestal just because they made a good game that we all enjoy. We cannot become the type of people that we hate. Other than that, it's been pretty par for the course.
So I want to know, what was the issue that you think people are overlooking for Kuro games?
So the background, go ahead, Fire.
I think the free 5-star is like, so a lot of people are taking the free 5-star as like, oh my god, the devs listen. But I for me personally, I think it's like, if you fuck something up and do something to like try to get back favor, that's not like you're getting back to a net neutral. You're not going up, right? So if they did something even further, then it's like, okay, big dub. But for me, it's just like making up, right? It's like damage control. I don't consider damage control to be like, wow, good job doing damage control. You know, it's like, okay, that you have to do that, right? Now from here, if they do even more, it's like, hey, let's go, which I think they have, right? They've been constantly doing hot fixes and stuff like that. So like big dub. But like all the people that were like literally just glazing Kuro for like giving it a free 5-star, which is like, I mean, 100%, I agree. A free 5-star is amazing for free to plays, but it's like, I mean, come on, I
don't think you understand how amazing that is, though.
Oh, no, I agree.
Because
Fucking
I think
Genshin
you're
literally
whale-pilled,
could never, right?
And like people who are playing the game are getting something they would have never have gotten if they did not apologize that severely. Because I feel like the apology is good. I feel like maybe 500, 1,000 primos could have been given out and it would have been fine. But I think they did intentionally chose to give a 10 or a 10 pull and a 5. So that's fucking insane.
And you have to understand how much money they are losing by giving people what they want. Like, Holy.
I feel like at that point though, if you glaze them too hard for damage control, you're kind of setting a precedent that's like, oh, you can have bad releases and bad patches and big bad bugs because as long as you apologize really well, it'll be all good. Like,
listen, man, we peasants not spending $1,000 on the
nah,
game.
still,
would-
you know,
But
you
it's
really
also
can't.
like
Okay, but what if
it's
they
different.
didn't?
It's like, oh, here's one free pool compared
Yeah,
to
like,
a
what if
whole
they didn't give a
5-star.
5-star?
Look at,
You
like,
What if they
know,
didn't
like
give a
could
5-star?
They could have like, you know, done a lot less than that.
No, let's look at
But
But
another
could they
game. Like,
have like we're in a different time now? Like they're going up against Genshin, so now like the playing field is different. When Wu was coming in, when Genshin was the only one that existed, that's why Genshin could kind of not
They
give
could
a fuck
monopolize
about
it, yeah.
anybody, because like where are you gonna go?
But
What are
Mr.
you gonna
Pookie
do,
asked you a
bitch?
question too. Like,
Like we're gonna go Honkai Star Rail, that also goes into our pocket, you know,
Yeah.
Mitch. Like please. So now,
love that.
especially since they're new into the space, like they had to. Like I like with what Fob's saying, like it is damage control.
Absolutely.
It's them putting out a fire, and like I agree, hotfixes are what they need to do, and they are doing the thing. But I think there were too many people that basically took that 5-star and were like, all right, guys, no one can say anything wrong. Look, they gave us this.
If
How could
anything,
you
They
say
gave us
for
anything?
two.
me,
They gave us two.
if anything, I'll be real. If anything, I want them to fuck up more.
no, that's what I've been
Oh
saying.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was like,
I
post
want
the
them-
bugs, chat. Post the bugs.
Yeah, straight
I want
up.
half the player base to continue not being able to play the game so we get more
True.
freebies.
Yeah, because I'll be real. Like in one apology, we got more rewards
Yeah.
than Genshin's given us in 3 years. Let's break this down to what a 5-star truly is, guys. A preferred 5-star. That's 180 pulls, worst case scenario, plus an 190 pulls. 190 times 160. Let's just keep it a buck here, guys. Let's do the math here. Okay, that is 30,400 primo gems. That is fucking ridiculous.
I mean, it's also 300 pulls in Star Rail if you compare it to that.
Yeah, I mean, that shit makes me hard, bro. That was awesome. I really feel like a 10 pull was enough for what happened, but I mean, shit, they wanna
Nah, it's because you're not looking into the Chinese side enough. I think like it was like a burning fire, bro. And if you know just like how the Chinese community and like how developers interact with them,
Uh-huh.
like even MiHoYo bowed down to them. You know,
Yeah.
like you don't fuck with that. Like legitimately, like you know, I don't know
I
how
remember
serious it gets.
Zhongli. I remember Zhongli.
Yeah, I don't know how serious it gets, but in China, where like people literally can go to their local offices and just fucking report your company. It's
Yeah,
just
but
like, oh my
recently they haven't been though.
God.
Like,
yeah,
like for
the
for-
CCP doesn't fuck around, and
yeah, but
you know,
for
if
the
you
last
fuck
few
with
years
your
they
player
did bow
base-
down. Not recently. That's the thing. Like they bowed down for many things, like
Well,
Honkai
I
Impact
think
3rd and everything.
Hoyo's
but
gotten a little bit more in bed with the CCP.
Can-
That's
can
probably
you
they
why.
have,
explain-
but you know,
Yeah.
You
And they're
sound
like,
like
rich.
I want to believe you here. Can you explain kind of what's going on in China? Because I'm trying to get informed, but I don't read that shit. What exactly is going on?
From everything I've seen in Bilibili, it's pretty much like a lot of people were excited to try Wuthering Waves, and then there was just that over 35,000 comment thread, just absolutely everybody just posting videos and pictures of issues nonstop and roasting the fuck out of Kuro.
Yeah.
And then that was why that 5-star selector immediately came out, by the way, because that
Or the,
thread
like,
was
Genshin apologies?
exploding.
Wasn't that
It
happening?
was
Wasn't there, like,
ridiculous.
apologies
The-
to Genshin?
Yeah. I saw
Yeah,
that
the
too.
Play Store rating
The
went into the
apologies.
gutter. Like everything was like going real bad.
What
So
how are they feeling now?
I haven't checked up now because I've been too busy grinding.
Because
I don't know
I
It
if
have-
went back like almost by 2 points.
I'll be
It's very
real.
better.
It's like the community was on fucking fire, and the moment that
was.
happened, good. So
Yeah, that's why I think they went with such an extreme, like a 5-star selector. You had to do something like
yeah.
immediately that was just gonna be like make everybody happy, you know?
Yeah. So what we're saying is when there's a big issue in a game, then we should talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So why the
1,000,000%.
fuck does the Genshin community not do that? Because clearly
mean,
it works.
I mean, I bitch about Genshin all the time.
And I
but
think people should be more like me and you, man. Because if we were to do the same damn thing, we would have gotten a fucking 5-star. But people fucking bitch about people bitching.
nah, I disagree.
I
Okay, go
disagree
ahead.
too.
Let's hear it,
No,
man.
I disagree because we're in the West. If you and I were Chinese and with Chinese citizenships, maybe, but
If I
your
was
name
Chinese,
is John.
they would have
Your
killed
name
me.
is John,
They
and
would've
my
killed
name
me,
is
Bob.
Jason. They don't
True.
give two shit about us, bro.
However, let's just be real. So why did the weapon banner change? There's a certain phrase called Genshin Jesus that gets tossed around every now and
Look,
then.
look. The
Bro,
thing is, listen.
Yeah,
The thing is, like, when it comes to China, like for a while, especially in the beginning, yeah, MiHoYo had big problems with the Chinese community. Anytime they would like rise up, things would change, right? We saw
Yeah.
Zhongli, Honkai Impact 3rd with the Bunny Girl incident, just a bunch of things, right? But I feel
The
like
bunny girl
recently,
incident, let's call it what it is, the assassination attempt.
yeah, the assassination attempt.
Yeah.
But also, there was a lot of outrage online too, and it resulted in apologies and whatever. Chinese players getting more rewards than the Western players, et cetera, et cetera. But recently, I feel like they've gotten more bold and they don't give a fuck anymore, because we saw what happened with the 3 intertwined fate incident, and they didn't do a single thing, not an apology. They didn't even send 100 primogens. So I feel like the first few years they definitely bowed down. Now they could not care less. That's what I think, at least. But Kuro still has launched, and they do care a lot. And when we talk about longevity and like where we see the game going long term, we just gotta hope that right now they do accept feedback. I just hope that 1 or 2 years down the line, it's still the case.
I will. Go ahead, Bob.
I think the issue there is like you're viewing too much for like you're viewing each game too individually, right? I think Hoyo is looking more big picture, and back then they only had Genshin. If Genshin failed, it was fucked. Now they have HSR, and HSR like community wise is like doing pretty well.
It's doing amazing,
right? So like they're balancing Genshin community reception and HSR community reception. It's like they're like, Genshin's getting a little, people are getting a little rowdy there, but hey, they're sucking us off on HSR, so who really fucking cares? It doesn't matter. And then they're gonna have ZZZ come out. Like, so this is the issue when you hate on the company's one product, but then suck off the other product, not realizing it is just one whole company. Like at the end of the day, they don't fucking care if you're sucking off Hoyo or HSR or Genshin. You're still sucking them off, right? This is the issue. Why, like,
what I think. I do agree, but I also think like the commonality between all these issues wasn't so much tied to just the game and their reputation. It was also tied to disturbing the peace on the Chinese internet, which also kind of like made them or encouraged them more to want to quell down the people protesting, right? Like the thing with Honkai Impact 3rd, it ended with the assassination attempt, but throughout the whole thing, the entire internet was up in flames, and this makes the government want to look into like what's going on, especially when there's like a matter of Chinese pride, because that's what they made it. That's what they made the whole Bunny Girl incident about. So I think there's that aspect too. It's not just about like we don't care. I mean, yeah, of course they're at a very powerful position now, but if there's an issue with even Honkai Impact 3rd, which like in terms of revenue compared to Star Rail is nothing, if it has something to do with national pride, or at least if the community makes it to be that way, they still have to bow down. Unlike the West, where they couldn't
suppose, but I also think now, like I said earlier, they're just much more in bed with the CCP, right? If you saw
after the assassination attempt, they did, after that,
even
they did.
Beyond that, right? I don't know if a lot of people here know, but pretty much every major Chinese corporation or company has inside their like headquarters, they have a CCP room, right, where they meet up with like the government officials exclusively, right? And like they're much more. If you saw like the news with the Shanghai film like and diversity thing, right? The CCP is working very close to Hoyoverse to like grow these things. So like, I mean, I feel like Hoyoverse has a bit more wiggle room now than having to just immediately bow down anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I think that's part of the reason why they're not.
It is very difficult, because I do agree that it is very difficult for Hoyoverse to take any criticism seriously, where people shit on Genshin and they suck up HSR. But the problem is HSR is just so fucking good. Like, I just don't know any way to complain about it at all. It's doing everything correct, and it drives me nuts, because obviously I know Hoyo is mistreating Genshin, but like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, I could just lie about HSR, but like, I try to keep it a buck with how the game state is. Like, I've never intentionally put out that a game is worse than it is intentionally. I just say how it is, and people get upset for it. But I mean, what could I even possibly complain about for HSR? Like, I don't know if you guys think that people for HSR are a little bit too positive, but is there anything that you think Honkai Star Rail does that it shouldn't do, Fob?
It should let us fucking use the jump button.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, please.
Wait, Ted, I have a legit question
annoying.
for you.
Yeah.
Do you genuinely hate Genshin?
Yes.
Okay, because my thought is, if you really hate the game, why do we bring up so much discussion if you can just not play the game? Because I'm thinking, if I hate the game, I'll just not play it and just not talk about it ever again.
So you know how like when you hate people, when you hate people, you like don't talk to them?
Right?
When I hate people, I talk about them forever. And it drives them nuts.
I was under the impression that you hate Genshin, but also because you want to hope that Genshin improves, so that you bring all this up and then Genshin improves and then you'll love Genshin again. So I was just thinking, like, what exactly?
No, I want it to die, and I'm going to keep its name in my mouth forever until it's fucking dead.
So if it does improve magically one day, like, you wouldn't be like, oh yeah, Genshin.
Oh no, I'm excited for Natlin. But I'm stoked for Natlin. I want to play the Pokemon system. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, no, the Pokemon system looks awesome.
Because the teaser, like, it just looks like, I mean, I was expecting something dark and fucking apocalyptic and crazy, and I see a bunch of Pokemons and Donkey Kong music. I'm like, okay, well, you know.
Or
Oh, yeah.
why would Natlan would have why would have Natlan been apocalyptic?
That's what the story referenced the
Nation of
entire
War.
game. That's what all the lore reference. Like from the moment Paimon fucking started screaming in your ear, it's always been like, yo, Natland. Like even Dane's the fucking real trader was like, yo, this is like a land. You either fight and you win, or you turn into ash or
Yeah,
something.
wasn't it
right?
called the Nation of War? And now it's the
To
Nation of
be
Pokemon.
It
fair,
literally
there's
is
not
the
a
Nation of War,
ton.
bro.
There's not a ton
Yeah.
of Notland lore like in the game. Like it's actually
Fucking
one of the
Pokemon,
like,
Nintendo.
That's
Right,
why
yeah,
I'm
man.
excited about it.
lore related ones.
I'm like more like what Poke said, where I still love Genshin, I still play it, but
I love it too. It's my roots,
I
man.
bitch like crazy.
Oh, I
about
hate the fucking game. I hate it with a passion.
I'm
I feel like if
I'm
you
the one
hate it,
where
you
like,
just not play. Like just
No,
not cover
yeah,
every
no,
game. but-
I'm the
yeah.
one that's like
Okay.
I play the game and I bitch about it because I want it to get better, and then I can
Yeah,
enjoy
exactly.
it.
That's what I thought.
Like,
Tectone was
Yeah, for
feeling.
me,
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
bitch about something if I don't give a shit about it, right?
Yep,
No,
exactly.
so here's the
Yeah.
thing. Here's the thing.
This is a type. This is a difference in personality.
What you guys, and this is genuine, and you guys, anybody who lives with me, I love hating things. Like I am a fucking hater to my core. Like
Thank you.
I hate watch streams. I will watch people that I hate more than people who I like. I like watching them and thinking, man, I fucking hate this fucking dude. It fuels me. I'm like, I am Kendrick Lamar, man. I hate the way that it fucking plays. I hate the way that it updates. I hate all that fucking shit, man.
He's the Kendrick Lamar of Genshin, bro.
Yeah, the Kendrick Lamar Genshin, and like it feels.
Okay, how do
it
you
feels
feel?
good.
Okay, let me tell you this. What
Yeah.
if I said I don't hate the game?
That's fine.
Okay, because like it's not that I hate it. I just hate how some of the people are, that play the game.
Oh, the community.
Sure.
Did I argue with them on Twitter? I can't. They're so dumb. They're actually so dumb and they're so annoying.
Yeah.
And then
I know.
because I'm friends with Techie, oh man, they fucking hate my guts. They
I still
hate
think it's
me
the minority
so
on Twitter,
much.
though.
Yeah,
still
kind
do
of on
believe
that
that.
topic. I feel like every game community has the same amount. I wouldn't say the same amount because Genshin's so fucking
Genshin
big,
is
but
pretty
has
crazy.
the most deranged. Like I'm fucking bro. Let's like fucking any community. I mean, I don't want to shit on furries too much, but sometimes it's just like a little too crazy there.
You're shitting
you
on
know?
Tectone, bro. That's crazy.
Oh, true.
Chill,
I forgot
chill,
he
man,
came
chill.
out. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, don't
It
worry.
just
The
sucks 'cause
tweet didn't get enough
the
engagement, so I'm not a fur
characters-
anymore.
I
Oh.
love the character design. The world is really gorgeous, but the people make me want to hate it. The people make me want to hate it.
I think that's part of the
God,
reason why
I'm telling
Tectone
you.
hates it too, dude. I think the community got because I love Genshin. It's the game that got me into gachas. I mean, it's the roots of my channel too. But I do think that at a certain point, it did kind of start veering off what I was looking for in a game. Like it had different priorities, and that's fine,
Yeah.
right? I still can appreciate the game, and I still will be interested to see how the story unfolds and things. But if Natlan actually does turn out to be a Nintendo game, like obviously you lost me as a player, like when I saw that teaser. But I think with Tectone, it wasn't just them veering off from what he's looking for in a game, like end game. It was also the community making it like 10 times worse, to the point where both these things merged, and now he just sees it as like this very weird like blob of a monster, like,
Oh, it
like
is.
with it,
It
and
truly
so he
is.
just hates it as a whole.
It truly is the biggest piece of dog shit game with the biggest piece of dog shit community. I fucking hate everybody who likes this shit too much. And these people need to be fucking bullied. They need to be made fun of. And I'm going to do that forever. And when they get angry at me,
enjoyers are fine.
and-
Casual enjoyers are fine.
casual enjoyers are fine. But Genshin stands, I
Nah.
fucking hate them.
Nah,
Bring back
casual
bullying.
casual enjoyers are what caused the community to be the way it is.
I disagree. Casual enjoyers won't go on Twitter.
Nah, if Genshin didn't Genshin didn't break the normie barrier, it would actually be like any other
Yeah.
gacha game.
But I think the major problem,
Maybe.
and that almost everyone, and probably even Tectone, is like the root, is everyone here can see Genshin's potential
Yep.
of how easy it could be to be a really good game, but Hoyoverse never reaches for it. And I think that's what drives everyone's like true like feeling of disdain, because to all of us, it's like it's so simple. They could literally do like you would have like a million ways to improve the game, but it never does that. And I feel like that's where it comes into play of why some people get really
Yeah, it's
just
so
have
like
to
your
be like me.
alcoholic aunt. Like
Exactly.
she could get a husband. She just won't stop her alcoholism.
Yeah, she
you
won't.
know.
You just have to be like me once you finally come into the realization that they have no desire to improve it, because whatever they could improve, they'll just make it into another game.
Hey.
And you'll be right there playing
Yeah.
HSR.
I've
You'll
been
be
there.
right there playing Zenless Zone Zero. You'll be right there playing their Animal Crossing game. You'll be right there
Hey,
playing
hey,
their FPS.
we just got
shooter.
200 resin. Like, we're making moves, guys.
Huge
Nah,
progress. Huge
that's
progress,
okay.
bro.
That is.
Huge progress.
And the day
Hoyo-
before WuWa released, like, I was like, damn, I'm gagged.
It's
They're
called
really
a
trying.
Yep.
Hoyo-verse because they want to create a verse. They don't want to create one title. They want to
agree.
create a
That's
fucking
like,
verse
yeah, the
that they wanna
launcher. That's why
sell.
they're coming out with the launcher. You're
Yeah.
gonna play them all.
And
They're
why don't
going
they have
every
a-
week.
They need a skip Paimon button for not like for those people that really can't stand her.
Yeah.
Like just like be like
Yes,
skip.
please.
What if Genshin's just been cooking the
Cutscene.
ultimate like plot where it's just like they get everybody to hate Paimon so much, and then it turns out she's a double agent. You fucking have to kill her, and then it's the most satisfying ending ever.
That'd be awesome.
I
Strangle
hope,
that
I
fucking thing.
hope.
Take her both by both her legs, rip her in half. Oh man. that
Okay,
would suck.
wait.
Pray every day.
I've been
the day that we
fantasizing
get
about
killed
that, man.
by
Got that little
Mon.
fucking space monkey. Ah! Oh, then you eat her. Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, but yeah, I really love hating Genshin because it makes me very happy when I see people saying like, oh, well, guys, the end game's coming in 4.7. It's going to be so good. And then they release that pile of dog shit. Oh, it's Spiral Abyss, but now you can't use all the characters you want. Was this great?
What
guys?
I don't realize.
Okay, wait. Look at the
It's a
mirror,
stab.
bro. That's like
Yep.
fucking. That's like HSR with its different fucking specialized game game modes.
Oh,
for, like-
absolutely. But here's
Yeah,
the
it's
difference.
apocalyptic.
Here's the difference. Here's the difference. In HSR, you could use anybody you want in any of the game modes. But for the new game mode for Genshin, you cannot use every character you want, which is the big difference.
Yeah, wait, you can't? I didn't pay attention to it entirely.
Yeah,
I'll
it
have
literally
it.
says
It's a
if they're not
combination
this
of
element,
both.
you cannot use it.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. It's more typing specific.
Yes, I don't like that shit. I want to use whoever the fuck I want, especially as a free-to-play player for Honkai Star Rail. Like, if I want to use Topaz and Pure Fiction, I'm going to fucking do that. I don't like the whole you have to use this element. I think it's so fucking bullshit.
Well, so the big thing with Genshin Impact is what I don't realize is that
Mhm.
I feel a lot of people have rose-tinted glasses when it comes to the first few hours of Genshin Impact, and they're gonna dunk on Kuro for a very weak Wuthering Waves first 1 to 3 hours. I don't know if you guys have played the Genshin Impact story in the first 1 to 3 hours. I only just started Genshin. I've got 3 hours into the game. I only just started Genshin a few weeks ago. It is just as bad as the first 3 hours of Wuthering Waves. 1,000,000%. I don't know if you guys have. It's so bad. It's
I
so
don't agree
bad.
with that at
Gacha game stories are
all.
just bad most of the time.
Yeah,
I
I
would
just
also
think all
disagree.
gacha game stories are made as
Yeah,
fuck,
exactly.
So it doesn't really.
Yeah.
It's not really a comparison.
So I want you to explain to Steven, because you're Stefan. Fuck!
20,
hey,
20 subs.
20.
Yeah.
20.
So why do you really like 1.0? Because let's just recap. You start off, you're in a mysterious zone. You walk up a mountain. You meet a space monkey in a lake. She says, "Oh my God! You saved my life. You fished me up." And then you go find a little twink boy petting a dragon. Then they run away. You meet Amber. She teaches you how to glide. You do a little quest for Kaya where it says, "Oh, dude, I got this crazy treasure." No, I don't. lol.
I can't stand Kaya. I hate that character. Sorry.
Yep.
I hated him when I played it.
Why you hate the only dark character in Genshin? It's because you're racist. And so then,
That's what Twitter's gonna say. That's what Twitter's gonna say right now.
Yeah, and
I was
then
gonna warn you.
you go to
I was
you
gonna
go,
warn you now.
you go to
but-
Dvalin, and then it's like, oh, dude, a Hydro Abyss Mage took over his mind, and then Diluc fucking bodies him. What did you like about that story quest? Like for 1.0, because let's be real, we did not see anything on the scale that we saw for the finale of Act 6 for Wuthering Waves that we saw in 1.0 Genshin Impact. So what did you enjoy about 1.0 Genshin Impact so much?
I think Genshin's 1.0 is a different perspective in the sense of you're already learning the mechanics of the game in the sense of exploration, moving, teleporting, whatever it is. Even though it's like rather simplistic, still a new game. And Genshin puts the game in the front seat at first while the story kind of theoretically cooks. And they're not overloading you with information because it's like, you don't need to know this right now. And they're like, let's just put in small droplets of info as you're getting used to it. I also feel like the characters in Genshin are more likable and in the
Yeah.
start. And I
Yes.
think Kuro Games' characters struggle with likability until the point where you get to the plant girly who looks like she's gonna fuck you. Fuck around.
Marina?
Amelia. Camellia.
what?
Oh,
Camellia.
I was like, what are you talking about?
No, Camellia. The
Camellia.
plant.
Okay,
That's
okay,
The
okay.
Havoc plant.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
My breath
yeah,
is
yeah,
lighter.
Yeah.
That's actually
Like
crazy.
until you get to like that section with like Alto, Encore, like those people, I feel like those are a little bit more likable characters or a little bit stronger. Where like Yang Yang and Chisa as like leads, they're just too dry and like too nothing. Like there's like it feels like there's not a lot to them. And I feel like the 1.0 experience doesn't overwhelm you and you get to kind of slowly get invested in the story. Where with Kuro, they're like throwing the story at you, but it's like I'm not invested yet. Like I haven't even like decided if I like the game, if I like the characters, but yet you're expecting me to sit here for an hour and a half and talk about 4 fucking items. Like the expectation isn't there. Like Genshin feels more like a build, and I feel like that's the right way. Is it like kind of weak and like of course like Mondstadt is definitely not the strongest part of the story, but I think it's for a reason.
What do you think the strongest part is? Because I would agree with you. I do think the characters are more likable
The
at the start.
men.
Yeah.
The men.
Like
Bro.
which
I mean,
for the
okay.
story do I think's the best part?
Yeah, the
women.
I think Fontaine, other than the middle, is the best version
Yes.
so far. I think Sumeru, although some people don't like it, I actually think it's like the most like complex. Like it's easy to dive into and it's interesting.
I think with
I
Sumeru, like
think
the art conquest,
People
everyone
shit
likes,
on
but
Inazuma,
everything
and
else
it
is-
drives
that's
me
what
fucking
sucks.
nuts. The beginning of Inazuma, really boring, in Rito Village, awful.
Yes.
But Inazuma is the only time, in my opinion, where the player genuinely feels like you're like, oh, this shit's serious. Like the Raiden actually feels like overpowering, like she's gonna fuck shit up. Obviously ends in friendship. But that's the only time I feel like in Genshin where you're like, I don't know if we're gonna do this, like win, obviously at that point.
The Raiden story
And that's the only
quest
time
was
it
a
feels
joke.
this.
Made me so angry.
Oh, not the story quest. I'm talking about the
The
arc
first
line.
No,
arc
I'm just
was,
saying I
yeah.
am. Yeah, I loved Inazuma's 2.0 when Kazuha brings the fucking vision from his dead friend and goes double vision. That was awesome. Didn't go anywhere. Didn't go anywhere.
That's
No.
our conquest sucks dick, bro.
She was dope.
Kokomi's whole
It's my
fucking
favorite.
her whole fucking
Okay, Kokomi, she's annoying.
Kokomi's this great general, and fucking if Traveler didn't come help Goro and his gang, they would have gotten fucking absolutely cleared by
Tefe's
fucking
death
fucking
is
Kujo
Well, you know,
Sara.
she's just such a good general that she knew the Traveler would do it.
Yeah,
I don't like her either. They built her up
That's right.
in that 2.0 preview with the bubbles and showing up like she was gonna fuck
Yes.
shit up, and they
Nah,
didn't even give
nah,
her crit.
nah, nah.
Like what?
yeah. Kokomi made me hate part of that Inazuma quest so much.
Yeah, they kind of flopped on her. But I will say that like the intensity that Inazuma feels like, especially when Yora dies and you walk out and you kind of have that slow moment where everything's kind of like fucked. It's kind of the only part of Genshin where you're like, oh shit, because everything else doesn't really reach that peak of oh shit. Even in Fontaine, it doesn't feel that serious all the time.
Yes.
I feel like Fontaine's more well crafted. I feel like it has the best opening. Like it feels right from the get go.
I agree.
Like you're
I
kind of
100%
hooked
agree.
in. It just flops in 4.1 with the like, the prison. Like I was like, get me the hell out of here.
Which is a shame because I feel like what the fuck's his name? Joe Taro's what the fuck his name is? The fucking cat boy. What's his name?
Risley.
Yeah, Ryothsley, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, well, that's what he is. You know what I mean? His JP voice actor.
That's
Joe Taro.
JPVA.
Yeah. My problem is that took them 3 years to get to, right? I really feel with the way that Wuthering Waves Act 5 and Act 6 are, I really feel like they can get something out a lot quicker, a lot more consistent, because I feel like the world of Mondstadt and the world of Leeway is over fucking hyped, and I think Wuthering Waves is already base station of what they've released for the zones in 1.0, knocks it out of the fucking park. I think it's beautiful, I think it's different, and I think there's fucking layers, and I actually think it's not one note. Mondstadt is the green land, Leeway is the yellow land. Okay, I already feel like Wuthering Waves is a better overworld. I'm actually curious, what are people's feelings about the overworld of Wuthering Waves compared to Mondstadt and Leeway? Anybody can talk if anybody has any striking feelings on what they want to say is better or worse.
I like Mondstadt.
I
like
actually do like
Genshin's more.
Mondstadt
Yeah,
a
I
little
like
bit
Genshin's
more.
more.
I think because it's more colorful, but I also think that's what Wuthering Waves is going for, that
Yeah.
more monotone look.
It's a
But
post-apocalyptic world.
but it's
of
more
course.
fun. I mean, the more colors, I wish they had like more crazy buildings with bright lights, you know, more futuristic. But
Have you
No,
been
it used to be darker in beta. It
Have
used
you
to be
been,
darker, but
have you been
Really?
to the Violet Banyan?
Yeah, go to the Sea of Flames. Go to the Violet Banyan. Like there is stuff like that in
Violet
the world.
Neon.
Yeah, but yeah, Pink. After this, I'm gonna take you out on a little tour on all of my favorite places in Wuthering Waves. Okay, we'll play co-op. It'll be great.
Like I don't know. I completely I don't like the art style or like the art direction. At least of the first zone. I can't speak of anything else in Genshin Impact, but everything just feels too upbeat and grassy fields and oh, it's all cute and adorable. I love and maybe I'm a simp because I love like Fallout's like my favorite series. Maybe I'm a simp for the post-apocalyptic
It's all
aesthetic,
good.
but
We're only asking for opinions.
I absolutely love
Yeah.
the world of Soul 3. It's fucking insane.
All I'll say is like the art direction in Genshin. Like, look, when it comes to art for me, when it comes to Genshin, art, music, everything that doesn't have to do with gameplay or story. I mean, even the story is really good in my opinion. You know, it does get kind of slow and Sumeru and stuff, but I think when it comes to that, their art direction is peak. Like the characters, their designs, everything. When it comes to that, like you don't find inconsistency. I think like with other gachas, you might find this kind of inconsistency with certain ones. You might think, okay, like from this region to this region, what the fuck did they do? This design, what the hell did they do? But in Genshin, it's always like, no, this is professional. Like they know what they're doing on the art side. They know exactly why they did this, how they did this. They know their intentions, and they also know their limits with the government. I mean, they learned the lesson the hard way when they had to censor the first time.
Yeah. So,
But it's solid in my opinion. It's definitely solid.
I am curious. My opinion for Genshin Impact's peak design is Ankonomiya. I think that's the best zone they made. That is my favorite.
Oh, I
place.
love that zone. The music is insane.
The
in
battle
Economia,
music, the OST
Fuck.
for the overworld is beautiful. Because one of my favorite places in all video games is on Orlando. I think it's fucking gorgeous. But I just feel like for what we've gotten in 3 years of Genshin versus what we got in one release of Wuthering Waves, I feel like it's like a completely different world in one continent. But I'm curious, like you were talking about how everything feels professional, but don't you feel like the zones are just very straightforward? Like Mondstadt is Green World, Liyue is Yellow World, Sumeru is Desert World.
But I think this differentiation is what makes it really good. Like you know where
Sure.
you're at based
Oh, yeah.
on the architecture and
Yeah.
the colors.
That's fair.
But
You know,
isn't
That's
that
fair.
like
I
has to
think-
do
I
more
think-
with like it being a bit more childish? Like the game itself is just
Nah,
a little
I
bit
think
more
Wuthering's going to be
kiddie?
the same way. We're going to get different regions. They're going to be very clearly,
Yeah, we'll have to
you
see.
know,
Yeah, but
yeah,
usually like you have to
easy
make
to
that
tell.
differentiation.
But I
like,
feel like in the
from-
first zone
what?
that's released, it's already so different than anything that Genshin's
Yeah,
released.
there's like 10 different areas. Like
I already feel like I'm in
regions
like a
the-
different country every time I go
like,
across a new
like
planet.
you're saying Liyue is just yellow, but I mean, there's half of Liyue is just grasslands and like green, and like there's literally Chinsei Village, and then fucking the new place that came out with the most recent patch. They're fucking green with little fucking rivers, bro.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, but
and
see-
Inazuma, I'd say has pretty wide variety between the islands. If you go from
I agree.
Inazuma
Inazuma's
City all the
amazing.
way
Inazuma's
Inazuma
amazing.
has
Inazuma
a
is
very
like
good variety. Yeah.
crazy variety.
Yeah, I'm just saying off of I'm just talking just
Oh,
Mondstadt.
release
Yeah, just
Mondstadt?
Mondstadt, just Liyue.
I mean, Storm Terror, that whole area is complete. Not even that's a fucking.
It's kind
that
of just
place
like
looks
it's just kind of just like a green field with a big old bubble in the middle.
No, bro, what the fuck? It's stormy as fuck over there. It
Ruined.
barely
Yeah.
like
looks
in general,
green.
like from an art direction point of view, you do want to make a differentiation, right? Like Liyue, it's not just the fact that it's yellow; it's the trees, it's the architecture, it's like
The rock,
the music,
mountains.
the hills, the mountains. Like there is this differentiation, so as to where if you don't have a map, the first time, like I'll never forget the first time I walked into Liyue from Mondstadt, like I knew, okay, we're in a new region now. You know, like I made this differentiation,
Yep.
and it's cool. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think all games do it to a certain degree, sometimes different, sometimes not. In Wuthering Waves, like you will kind of know in your new area. Like for example, when you go into the new area with the Inferno Rider, like you'll know, okay, shit, everything's charred here.
Sure.
I'm in the area of the Inferno Rider, right? Like there's this differentiation, not from major regions, but like the sub-regions. I guess they took it a step further. There is a differentiation between the sub-regions, and I think that's normal.
Also, real quick, I don't want to say we've gone way overtime. If you need to leave, you're more than welcome to. You can leave at any time. Don't worry about it. Poke, I know it's mad late for you. You look like you're about to.
No,
fucking
no,
die.
I'm good, man.
Okay,
no, I'm good.
just want to make sure.
I
Chad's
will
good.
say
Yeah.
as we're talking about art direction, for those who haven't done so yet, if you're playing Wuthering Waves and you haven't turned down your brightness to 0
Yeah.
or 1 or 2,
1,000,000%.
turn it down now.
Yep.
Wuthering Waves at low brightness looks infinitely better if you haven't done it yet. Just want to throw that out there. I know a lot of people have not done that yet.
100%. I just really can't describe how much I fucking love Wuthering Waves World. Because I've explored every aspect of it immediately. And like when you go into chapter 6 and you see the red grass and like the Unity engine makes the grass flow feel so beautiful. And then you see the purple sky with the giant planet right in front of you. And then you see the impending doom of the fucking purple rock golem leaning over you. And then like there's fucking breaking buildings. You grab the grapple hook, you fucking pull it down. That shit fucking blew my mind. That shit was beautiful. I don't know any experience I've had
Did
like
you,
that. What's
did
up?
you go? Did you guys see in the Inferno Rider place? You know how there's like the trains that are like suspended in the air. Have you guys seen that yet?
Astral Express.
But there's
Yeah, it's
there's
pretty
people.
cool.
You can see people in the windows. You can see people in the windows. I don't know if people saw that.
Okay,
It looks like the Astral Express.
True. Let me explain something. So somebody in my chat is saying you're biased. Yes, I do like Wuthering Waves more than Genshin Impact, but I've played them fucking both. It's called preference. There's a difference between having preference and being fucking biased. It's insane. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, no shit, bro. It's a good fucking game, you fucking retard.
I might low key try Genshin again because I
Don't.
have not played since it came out.
Dude, good luck going up to a mountain and climbing like a dumbass to the top and go,
Oh, that's true. You can't even run
You
up
can't
the
even run.
mountain.
You can't even
Yeah,
run.
those things I'm getting used to.
You
Okay,
don't
but
even
to be
gotta
fair,
grapple.
Samiro has that new jump thing, and we're getting Yoshi.
Which I think is
and
fucking lazy. I
Notlin.
hate that. I hate that. But yeah, I mean, some people
That's
like it.
true. That's very true. I am excited for Yoshi. That's gonna be fucking hype. I can't tell you how optimistic I am for Natlin. I know other people didn't give a fuck about the trailer, but like that for me, that got me excited. I think that is what, because I want Genshin to lean in to go full baby mode. And I feel like Natlin is gonna be like full Pokemon, full casual, and just like, fucking collect some Pokemon.
Yeah,
have
dude,
fun.
why not? Why don't they just like?
They
It
should.
doesn't need end game. People are
It doesn't.
freaking out. It's like, oh gosh, I really want this to be hard. It's like, just make it a fun, cute game.
I 100% agree.
There's so many games that are just
This
like fun to play just casually.
Absolutely.
It's so interesting because I feel like I have such a different perspective, and like maybe it's because like I'm more like lore oriented, but for me, Genshin feels like it's more taking the route of Harry Potter, where it started as like kind of young, but it's been darkening
Yeah.
because like even the Arlecchino short is very different in vibe compared to anything that they've had. Like you see Arlecchino's like sibling
Yeah.
get fully stabbed. There is I think blood to some degree
That shit pissed me
and all
off.
that.
Well, yeah, the
so-
story is growing up with your audience. Like what?
But that's what I'm saying. So I'm
old.
like, it could be a situation where like the ending of Harry Potter is genuinely like very dark themed. Like the setting is dark. It's way more serious. And like, I do think that Genshin most likely might be doing the same thing where it's growing with its audience. Cause I don't think personally Genshin is grabbing that much of a new audience at this point. Like anyone that's played Genshin most likely has played it. And these Gen Alpha motherfuckers, they're on some neck shit. They're like onto like Roblox Russian roulette crap. So they don't
True.
care about
That shit
Genshin.
good.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
So I think that seems to be the route. We won't really know, but like Notlin, although it looks cutesy and bright, sure on its surface, it might pan out to not be that way. Like it kind of
I
could
hope
be
so.
also just a
I hope
red
it's not.
herring.
I hope it is just Mickey Mouse happy times. But what
Oh,
I
you
would
actually
like,
want it to go that direction. You don't
I
want
do.
it to be dark.
It should just commit.
Okay.
They do that for the Nation of War. That would be so crazy.
That
Well,
would
we
be
already
insane,
have
bro.
Pokemon, man. Like, I'll be real. What they need to do is they need to take Dainsleif and they need to make him Welt. They just have Dainsleif in every fucking Archon quest, have him there holding the Traveler's hand, tell Paimon to shut the fuck up and make it Dainsleif and the Traveler just like it's Welt and fucking Stella. It would be so much fucking better because I love Dainsleif. He's so fucking cool. He looks just like Dimitri from Final Fantasy 3 Houses. It's amazing.
He's the coolest character easily.
But you never see him. And it's like, why
Yeah.
do you have this amazing
Once a
character and
year.
you barely see
Once
him?
a year, dude. Once a year. That's a quest for like 15 minutes. I mean,
that
it's an
does
amazing
help him,
quest.
though, a little bit. Yeah.
What was that?
So I think it does help him a little bit though that he's like a bit of a rare character because once you show up, you're like, okay, this is a big deal.
Yeah. But I mean,
Oh, but-
they
but-
could do
oh,
it 2 or 3 times a year instead of once.
A year and a
Yeah.
half of Honkai Star Rail, and every single time Welt's on my screen, I'm paying attention. I've never once not paid attention to him. So I don't think they need to do the once every year thing because I'll be real, it's still once every 6 weeks, right? You still have that whole breath of this is the big guy. It's like Gojo from JJK. You know, like he's on the screen,
Yeah.
I'm paying attention because you have that time to.
Oh yeah, this most recent chapter, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad you're reading. It's dope.
Oh yeah, I'm way
Yeah.
caught up on it.
Oh man, I by the way, thank you guys.
But I could-
I can't tell you how much fun I'm
I
having,
could
guys,
agree.
and I do want to say thank you for being here. Just real quick, just want to say that real quick. Go ahead, Feet.
Yeah, man.
I could agree definitely to it like 2 to 3 times a year with Dainsleif, but I do worry about him getting potentially overexposed.
Wait till
Yeah.
we can pull for him in 2038.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah, when the anime comes out.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking
Dude.
overexpose him in 2038.
Hot take. I know when Dainsleif is being released.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Genshin Impact Part 2, first banner. Absolutely, because that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna leave. We're gonna leave.
I don't
whatever
think
the first one is.
so.
Why do you say that? Do you know? Why do you say that?
It would be a terrible decision.
I
in my
don't think they
opinion.
would do a part 2 because I think low key like Honkai Impact Third's part 2 is kind of flop right now.
is
Like I
terrible.
don't think it's doing as well. But I also think they had a more long-term plan going into Genshin than they did with like Honkai Impact Third, and I don't think they're going to do like a full like part 2 revamp because Genshin's art style and gameplay I don't feel like has aged badly. They purposely picked the art style because it still looks good. Like it's kind of like Breath of the Wild. Like even when you play it now, it still looks fine.
Unless you played on the dude, oh my god, I don't know, man. When I played what's it called? The new one, the new Breath of the Wild.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. It did not hit the same as the first one for me. Like
it didn't hit the same for me either, but I feel
Yeah.
like maybe that's just because it's too similar to its original that it's
Yeah.
like not different enough.
They should have waited for the Switch too.
I don't know. I think the Hoyoverse theory is very real. I think eventually they're going to converge more directly with actual like full referencing and like you need to play the other games in order to really get it. Because now with the Acheron stuff where it's so apparent, like it kind of goes in that direction. And plus all the Skirk stuff just feels like setting up for that post Honkai story. Genshin story arc. Like what's beyond like Genshin or Teyvat.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that would necessarily need a part 2.
I am hoping, because there's hope for me deep down for Genshin where once we get to the final stage, and then every state, every Mondstadt, Liyue, Inazuma, Fontaine, Sumeru, we all have to regroup with the main characters of the cast. We have a whole on fucking war versus God itself. That would be amazing. Do I think they're going to do that? I have no fucking idea. But that does get me excited to think
They will.
about.
We will Pokemon battle against the unknown god.
Yes, that would be insane. That would be insane. But yeah, it could
They
be
just
cool.
add turn based because they know that Star Rail's doing it right. So they're like, we're just gonna throw it out and steal that too.
Yeah.
Just let us jump. I just want to jump.
So for
I want a
Wuthering,
room on that
do-
damn train.
I do want to talk for Wuthering Waves 1.1. With whatever want to go back to Genshin, more welcome to. What are we all expecting from 1.1 when Wuthering Waves 1.1 comes out, which I'm assuming will be in now 5 weeks. And I'd love to start with you, Fob.
I mean,
have you thought about it at all?
I mean, obviously, I'm expecting, or I'm excited for Jinchi and Cheng-Li, but I don't know. I don't think they're gonna give us any more content. I hope they give us better events, because this, I think 1.0's event, one of them is just like a platforming event, just like one
Like
of
a
those,
parkour.
like, yeah, the parkour event,
thing.
and I did it in
Yeah.
the beta. It's basically the same thing Genshin has, where you just run up stuff and like glide and stuff like that, which is omega snooze, but it is what it is. They did mention a combat event, but I don't know how extensive it is. Also don't know what the rewards are. I definitely think 1.1 should just have like the events need to have like really good rewards.
You know what I just realized? Oh my god. Holy fuck. 1.0's Genshin Impact event where you have to collect the color cubes where it was forced co-op, that was the biggest joke of an event in gaming history. And nobody, that shit was a travesty.
Yeah, MiHoYo got roasted, and they had to hotfix it because it cost resin.
Yep.
The resin event.
Oh my god, that was a joke.
That was crazy.
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
absolutely
netcode was
roasted,
shit
and then
too,
they
right?
had to like apologize and fix it, and then remove the resin requirement and stuff like that.
I remember
Wait,
I
so
did
what
that.
was this?
What was it?
I never
What's up?
played 1.0.
Oh yeah, 1.0. There was a
never
little
played
event
1.0,
where
I started
you and
it
like
too.
you had to play with 3 other people. It cost resin to do, and you had to like go collect color cubes and bring them to a tower while fighting a bunch of bullet sponge mobs that had no mechanics, but they had like a million fucking HP. I remember
Tectone, correct you if I'm wrong. Like the netcode was also really bad, right?
it was
at
terrible.
1.0?
It was unplayable. It was
Yeah.
fucking terrible.
I mean, I was
So
surprised
they've
by
been
how
making
smooth
bad
Wuthering
decisions
Waves
since the
is.
beginning.
Oh, absolutely. The co-op is phenomenal in Otherwise. I've experienced no issues.
I was
with
actually
that.
surprised, man. I was expecting to see a couple issues, but no, they actually did a great job.
But I just realized that nobody is bringing that shit up at all. But why would they? It's gonna back.
I wanted to make a video about it, but there's not enough footage.
I'm not gonna lie, most
info
people,
about it.
I think most people don't even remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
existed.
blacked it out.
That's why I
They
said
blacked it
Tectone
out.
loves Genshin. You actually love Genshin deep down because you know so much. I didn't know more about Genshin from you
I mean,
than
it kinda
any
made his
other
career.
creator
For
coming from someone that
real.
hates Genshin so much. I'm just saying, man, you're
This
like a tsundere.
this guy actually
like a
has a
tsundere,
panic
like,
room in his
they-
house, and it's just the walls are
Tsundere,
just
dude.
covered with Paimon's faces.
Yep. That's
goes
crazy,
in there
right? It's you gotta understand, Buggy.
Kinda clocked it
I
down.
want the
Where's
game
your
to be
Paimon
better
plushie?
so bad, but it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna fucking
Yeah.
happen, and it makes me so fucking mad, bro. It makes
It's
me
okay,
so-
you're
And
playing
you're only mad
HSR.
because you
that's-
love the game.
I
It's
do-
okay,
I-
you're playing HSR. That's their strat. You don't like
That's true.
Genshin, you play their other thing.
You don't like Genshin? Play Wuthering Waves, baby. Let's go. Hey, Genshin for adults, boys. Rise the fuck up. It is amazing. Dude,
Or just play both.
I need Stefan or Minsleaf to deep dive on the lore of Wuthering Waves and get me fucking hooked.
I am doing a wall. I had a subathon, so I'm doing a lore wall. They forced me to. So
That is fucking insane.
I'll have to sit through it again.
That sounds fucking brutal. We're currently 2.5 hours in. I just want to say, is there anything that you guys have wanted to talk about that we have not touched on yet? We can talk about anything you like. If there is any topic you were like, oh man, I wish we talked about this yet. When are we talking about this? Okay, Zenless Zone Zero. We'll move on to Zenless Zone Zero.
Oh boy.
Are we
Oh
going?
my god, what? Who?
Are we? Okay, dude. Mr. Pokey, what are our thoughts on Zenless Zone Zero coming out? Are we gonna play that shit or not?
Yeah, we're gonna play that shit, but it's like, I don't really have a lot of expectations at this point.
I am very curious because I think I'm gonna give another take. I think Zenless Zone Zero is gonna be fucking awesome. I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna.
I'm actually hyped for it.
I agree.
I am fucking hyped as fuck for it. I'm gonna play the fuck out of it. I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be very different. I think it's gonna be very casual. But the way that I'm really excited about it is kind of another topic of where Wuthering Waves is underrated, is the way they do their cutscenes is very dynamic and very fluid, and it goes around from angle to angle, and they see different expressions. They do shit in the cutscenes, and it's not, oh my god, Paimon, can you believe this? And it's like, okay, but Wuthering Waves
as long.
You want to know what game does that really well?
Nikkei.
No.
Cookie
Arc
Run.
Knight, Arc Knight, Enfield.
Shut the
They
fuck
actually-
up,
Is
bro.
there-
I
is
knew he was
there-
gonna get
That
that.
shit is
Is
so
there
When is the
a
game coming
way
out?
to make like
Wait, where's the game
the
coming out?
talking
I played
less
Enfield.
awkward? Because
They-
every time these characters talk, you're like, oh yeah, I know that.
No, that's why that's why I'm saying
Better
Enfield does it really
scripts.
well. Enfield has like flawless,
Period.
like they basically use their in-game models to fully act out the cutscenes, and it's like actually seamless.
Yeah, but here's the problem, right? The game is dog shit.
Yeah, the combat is fucking snooze, but I mean it's better than base Arc Knights.
Yeah, but pretty much anything is, man. I mean, Bloons Tower Defense 6 is better than fucking Arc Knights. You know, that's the goddamn truth. I can't wait for that game to flop. You know, they still make hate posts about me weekly on the Arc Knights subreddit. I haven't played their game in 3 years.
Surprise.
I went in there the other day and I posted a screenshot of my analytics and I said, hey, thanks for kicking me out of the community, guys. They lost their mind. It was awesome.
No.
I love poking the bear. It's the best. Yeah, I think Zenless Zone Zero is going to be great. Is anybody worried about the success or lack thereof for Zenless Zone Zero? Any thoughts they have on Zenless Zone Zero? Yes, Stefan?
I don't know why I'm like always opposite opinion of you.
It's okay.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's gonna suck because Zenless Zone Zero is the gameplay game. Like it's like the reason you're gonna play it is for gameplay, and like love Hoyo, don't come for me. But like I feel like gameplay is Hoyo's weakest point usually.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, if you're making a whole game around gameplay, and like story is there, but it's not taking the front seat. Like I feel like Star Rail and Genshin, at least that's how they're kind of marketing it. And like it's colorful, but I think out of all of the games, it's the least colorful game. Like ZZZ is more in that like gray tone with some color. Like I'm kind of like, what is this going to be? Like, what is the point kind of thing? And I almost feel like it lacks direction of like narrowing down like exactly what it's trying to do and where it's trying to be. Like Star Rail felt very much like, you know, turn-based and like story. Genshin felt very like open world, and then I'm like ZZZ is kind of like Honkai Impact 3rd, but a little bit different. And like, is it a part of the Hoyoverse or is it not? Like, I'm
I
just kind
think
of
it
like,
is. They have a town called Bellabog.
I know, but I'm like, is that just a mistake?
I'm
It's
just
a,
mad
it's
at
a,
the way
it's a
they call
construction
cities.
company.
Can you
The
imagine
construction
if
company.
it
Yeah, it's a
wa-
company.
if it was a mistake? Oh fuck, we forgot. Yeah, fuck, we forgot we used Bellabog. That would be insane. Because I mean, I was fucking go full feral for hearing that. Maybe we see Zila, we see Bronya, and Zenless
Yeah,
Zone
maybe.
Zero. Maybe it won't.
But I
happen,
don't know,
but,
just
that'd be wild.
I feel like everyone on Twitter's been doom posting about it. Like I feel like I rarely hear like anything good.
Oh,
from
that's
people
because-
who hate us.
That's because that's what Twitter does. They doom post and then it comes
they just
out,
do post.
and those
And then they
fucking
praise it,
they're
yeah.
gonna slop that shit up oh, Honkai Star Rail's gonna suck balls. Nobody's gonna play because it's turn-based. Shut the fuck up.
Bro, the furries alone will carry Zenless Zone Zero's revenue by like
Yes,
a
sir.
fucking long shot, bro. The amount of Von Lickon, however the fuck you spell his name, constellations you're gonna see from these furries, bro. Thousands of dollars, tens of millions. But I'm hyped for the game. Regardless.
I guess that's the direction then the furry, like it's their furry game.
They are catering
Yep.
for the furries with a few characters, yes, and God knows how many
think,
more they're gonna add later.
Yeah, I think as long as ZZZ doesn't take itself too seriously, I think they're gonna have
And
a
it
really
doesn't,
good.
and that's what I love
Yeah,
about it, dude. Like
exactly.
the intro cutscene, there's a guy who's like literally swearing, who's like, "Get the fucking microphone!" But of course
Yep.
it's bleeped.
Yep.
But like,
Yep.
it is hilarious. Like, I honestly love the cutscenes, the characters, the English voice acting is fucking mega top tier,
phenomenal.
dude. I think they actually, for the first time, prioritized English over other dubs in this game, and it fucking shows, man.
Yeah,
Like,
I think the female main character is also the best in Hoyo history.
yes, that's who I chose in the beta as well.
It's not as good as female Rover because that's the most fuckable main character of all time.
She doesn't have thighs, yeah.
Oh, I mean, good
Ooh.
God, bro. I mean, I dream about that bitch. She's so goddamn fine. It's ridiculous. But
Talk
yeah.
about Nicole though. We need to talk about Nicole.
Yeah, Nicole's titties getting nerfed as fucked up, but
What
she's
the
so
fuck
beautiful.
was
I
that?
still love her, man. I still love her.
I'm still
Same.
cosplaying her. I don't care. I don't care if her titties are gone.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
y'all-
I still
y'all
love her.
unnerved
She's
me.
a
Y'all,
brat.
y'all act like she went from a D cup to a fucking A cup.
Okay, but like Nicole
Like
was
they're
gonna
not
get
gone. They're
literally,
still
like,
they're still like fucking D cups.
Not good
Like,
enough.
They're not F cups anymore.
Fob,
But like
she has back problems because of those things.
Great.
Like, let her live.
Fob.
Hey, look, I don't got any back problems.
Yeah.
Alright, that's just a
Whoa.
lie.
That's
They're just
true.
making up lies.
Yeah.
Just sit up straight. You gotta just wear a bra.
I couldn't not get a boner looking at Nicole when she was first released. Now I'm
That's
just
I
why
like,
they
think
nerfed
she's so
her.
vanilla. There's no way. There's
Now-
so many hotter characters.
Have you
Now
seen
I'm like,
Grace?
what
Have you seen Grace and Rena?
Have you seen
Rena
Ellen
is
Jones'
insane.
yeah,
bro.
and you know what's crazy? They're covered up, man. Let them puppies
True.
fly.
Have
To
you
be
seen Ellen
honest.
Jones'
True.
ass? You can see her panties.
Eh,
Oh.
I'm
And
not a panty.
stockings?
I'm not a panties guy.
Panties?
Low key
No,
though,
see-through
Robin.
panties or see-through stockings with panties underneath are so hot.
It
Okay.
is. He's
If
100%
you're not
right.
jacking off at least 3 times every time you play a gacha game, it's just not worth your time.
I agree. I 1,000,000% agree, man. Wuthering Waves fucks my ass up. Genshin even fucked my ass up, bro. When I pulled Eula, good God, bro.
fuck?
That was bad. That was bad. Wait, you don't
guys,
like Eula?
Bro,
I don't know what she looks like off the top of my head.
No, I like Eula, but
I hate her hair.
I would dance
Okay.
with her any
I
day.
love Eula's hair.
Mid. Eula's mid.
You're an idiot.
I think
You're just.
I think
you're
she was
just
mid,
wrong.
and I fucking like man. Like she's fucking mad.
Yeah,
Like,
oh,
ew.
Oh, true. You like men, actually. Yeah, that's a good point.
I
dude.
am
I like
curious.
men and women, so
Okay.
Hey, all the merrier.
that's why I need my tits big.
That's right. That's true. Stefan, who do you think has better male character? Who do you think the most fuckable male is in all of gacha games between Hoyoverse and Wuthering Waves?
You said all of gacha games, but
my
then you said
God.
Hoyo.
There's
Sorry,
so
sorry,
many
sorry,
people.
sorry. The ones that matter out of the Hoyoverse and Wuthering Waves.
Obviously, Von Lickon.
Most fuckable man.
I feel like I feel like adventuring, but I think it's because I just like a brat bottom.
Yeah.
That's why. So I feel like adventuring because he's like kind of a whore.
He is definitely very,
Ooh.
very slutty. 100%.
Nah, it's New Valette.
Yeah.
New
No, see,
Valette?
I'm
What,
not
you want to
into guys
fuck
with
your
long
grandpa?
No,
No.
bro, he is what? He is hot as fuck.
Okay, but dragons apparently
What?
have 2. I've heard this.
Well, what?
They have 2?
Like dicks.
Oh, they
It's
do
like
have
a
2 dicks.
thing.
I've also heard that.
I've heard this.
You
Where you guys
really-
hearing this stuff,
you
man?
Do you
really-
realize dragons aren't real, and between different
Dragon, these
fantasies,
nuts are for
How
Sorry.
do
they
you
have
know? They're like dinosaurs. They could like have existed before.
That's true.
Did you know back in early paleontology days they could not fathom how giant dinosaurs had sex with each other, so they used to theorize sex lakes used to be a thing where dinosaurs would go into lakes to offset the gravity and fuck each other in there. But then they
Bro,
realized
why do you know this?
I watch a lot of I watch a lot of iceberg videos.
A lot of dragon
He
cock
spends,
porn.
he spends a lot of time with
So
Techie's
you
mom.
watch
That's how he knows.
between
Good one.
MasterChef?
I
Is
watch a
this-
lot of documentary videos. Yeah.
How dragons used to have sex, but they don't exist. Steven, what do you think about Venti?
No, I'm not into it.
Okay,
I
so
hate Venti. Venti's
so-
my least favorite Archon character. Like, I
Damn, that's
fucking
crazy, bro.
So-
Femboys are not eating
Fantastic.
today,
Wait, what
guys.
about
When
Zombie
Sora
Wings
kicked
ugly?
him, I cheered. I was like,
Femboys are
"Fuck
not eating
that little
today, guys.
shit."
That's
okay,
crazy.
real quick, I'm curious. Does anybody here think that Venti is a child?
Isn't
No.
Venti literally a child?
What?
How the
No.
fuck would he looks like a fucking he looks like an adult. How the fuck is he a child?
That's just how
Venti looks
femboys
like a-
act, bro.
Venti looks like a child when you first meet him.
He literally drinks
mean-
alcohol.
He's an alcoholic, bro.
Yeah.
Sure,
I mean,
Venti looks like a
I have
child
3
next to your
hours.
VTuber, Shinya. But like, like
Okay.
if you take into account Genshin's like artistic direction, then Venti doesn't look like.
Short people matter too, bro.
Yeah.
I think it was a great child. I think when you first, I thought he was a little boy when I first met him. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
Oh, you
okay.
didn't think it was a girl? That's better than most people.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
I thought
I
Venti was,
think
no, I
I
thought
thought he
Venti
was
was a
like,
girl.
yeah, I thought he was a
When I
boy.
first played.
Not like a little boy, maybe like
Venti's a little
teenager.
boy. What the fuck
Like
is
a
Chichi, a
teenager.
fetus?
maybe like 12.
She's
or
an
13,
embryo.
Yeah, exactly.
you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
She's an
okay.
embryo.
I
Let's-
completely agree, Pink. Like
let's
12,
do a
13.
quick let's do a quick consensus here real quick, and I would like this for us to consider base release of characters. Okay, who do you think has the most diverse and best roster of characters on release between Honkai Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, for purely aesthetics? We're just gonna do it quickly. Fob, best women. Which game on release?
Including
Just 1.0.
including Yinlin.
Including Yinlin,
Yinlin?
yes.
Then I'll say Wuthering.
Okay, Pokey.
I mean, okay, but I'd put Kaching up there because I'm
That's
like
crazy. She's so
Giga
ugly.
Kaching sim.
Pokey, get him.
Bro, she's got the nicest ass.
Okay, Pokey, get him. Which one? Pick one. Go.
Oh my god, it's too.
Say it.
Pick.
Pick.
白纸
What the fuck did you just say?
白纸
Buys
the
the
IG.
healer tree.
Baiji's
Yeah, the one with
so
the little-
fucking hot, man.
So you're
Yeah,
picking
yeah,
you're
yeah.
picking Wuthering Waves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Baiji's
Okay.
When I
Yeah.
first saw her, I was
Mujin.
like, holy moly.
Mujin, get
I
it.
would have picked HSR if Kafka was part of 1.0, but I think I'm actually going to go with Wuthering Waves because of Baizi and Yinlin.
Okay. Pink, go.
Oh, y'all are sleeping on Kaching stocking.
Couchy. and yeah, Wuthering Waves.
Okay. Shinya.
Himiko, I'm sorry, but it's Wuthering Waves every day.
Okay. Stefan.
I'm not saying Genshin, but I'm not saying Wuthering. So I'm gonna say Star Rail. I liked Star Rail's opening cast.
For who? What'd you say?
Well, like I liked like Zila, Bronya, and all that. I mean, like, okay, wait,
for-
are we like, is it just playables?
Yeah, 1.0 playables. 1.0 playables.
Bronya's got nice stockings too.
I liked the Star Rail like opening cast. I felt like it was definitely better than Genshin, like for
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
And
That's
then like the playable characters.
that's fine.
Yeah, no. Yumiko, all them. Like March is so cute. Like
Sure.
I loved all of them.
Sure. Feet. Who do you like for females?
And is it wait? So is it like gameplay or just design?
Playable characters, aesthetics. For base
Probably
release.
Star Rail.
I'm also Star Rail. All right, cool. Males. Fob. Best males.
1.0?
Yep, 1.0.
Probably HSR.
That's insane. Pokey.
What?
Who did you pick? Best males on release.
Still Wuthering. I think TN's really good.
Okay, Mujin, get him.
Was Jingwan part of it 1.0?
No.
Okay, then it's Wuthering Waves
Okay, Pink.
for Gian.
Wait, he
let's
was.
be
Wait, he
real.
was.
No.
Jingy Wan was not
was.
1.0.
It was
Jingy Wan was not
still
1.0.
in
Second
the
half.
GN.
The only
Second
game that
half.
actually has real men in it. All right, Wuthering Waves.
If that's the case, yeah,
No,
okay. if that's the
no,
case,
Nah,
I'm
listen,
saying-
whoa. That's not the only game. Fucking all these Asian gacha games have little fucking soy boy noodle arm motherfuckers, all right?
True. If Jingwan was 1.0, I'll go.
Let me know when
Wait,
any of these
Jingy Wan
gacha
was
games have
1.0.
actually
You're
jacked
right.
men, all right?
Ew.
He's part
Okay.
2. Yeah, I'll
So
go with
There's
HSR.
2 units.
And
in
wait,
one
just-
gen.
HSR
Yeah,
has
yeah.
Sampo, and Sampo is more jacked than every fucking male character in Wuthering Waves,
True.
all
Cap,
included.
cap. Yo, Poke.
What?
Pink,
Sampo
go.
can
Pink, go.
bench you fucking with a pinky, bro.
Pink, go.
I want to go backwards. I think Honkai Star for girls, WuWa for males.
Okay. Shinya, go.
Wuthering Waves. Alto is amazing.
All right, Stefan, go.
Okay, I'm going Wuthering Waves for if it's men.
Good.
Yeah.
Good choice. The correct choice. I'm also Honkai Star Rail for females, Wuthering Waves for men. Feet.
For feet?
What?
I thought the question is.
Guys,
Yo, Ching's
Males.
got
I'll go
crazy
with
toes.
What?
Best males feet.
Best
I'll go
males.
Wuthering
Best males
Waves.
feet?
Males feet?
Best males feet.
I'll go
HSR,
Wuthering
obviously.
Waves because of Sephiroth.
Okay. Good pick. All right. Well, then that pretty much just about does it for any of my questions. Does anybody else want to talk about anything?
For
More
best
than-
feet, I go Genshin because of Ayaka and her socks.
Okay. Well, those aren't
Disgusting.
released.
that's Star Rail.
No,
That's
it's
Nah,
Yumiko.
I feel like for female characters, y'all sleeping on Mona Kaching. That shit went crazy.
I remember when you
Bro,
first started
Mona-
streaming.
Mona, I understand.
Mona makes sense. Mona makes sense.
I understand, dude, but Kaching, I mean,
Kaching
I don't
still
see
to this
it.
day has the one character with the auto change specifically to show her ass.
Yeah, it's
And
mid
she-
too.
Bro,
I
it's kind of.
I
There's
remember
not much
you
there,
would
though.
take-
There's not much
It's
there to
kinda
show.
flat.
Twin tails, stockings, ass showing, like everything about the character.
am
I'll,
I-
I'll
am I
convert you
just
to a
crazy?
rover worshiper.
Am I just
I like
crazy,
Rover.
or
I like female Rover, but she doesn't have stockings.
all the character models, most of the character models. Let me don't say all of them because I don't know all of them off the top of my head. And the Genshin kind of look like kids. Is it just me?
I mean, that's
yeah. I
a
think
lot
that's
of
you,
gacha
man.
games are
think
like
that's
that.
you,
I
man.
think you just don't understand artistic direction.
Yeah,
Sure,
I think
to
you
me-
don't have
to me,
artistic
there's-
direction. I think you have autistic direction. Unfortunately.
I do. I'm
Acoustic
very
direction.
acoustic. I'm very acoustic.
I think though, like to credit Hoyoverse, like they definitely, I don't know that much about other gachas, but for the most part, I think Hoyoverse was kind of like one of the first pioneers to really push this actual adult male aesthetic, like
I agree.
Zhongli, Jingwan, like, and it's really cool because I think a lot of gachas were scared of doing that, but I really do appreciate like good-looking and well-written male characters, like Jingwan. Unfortunately, does no damage, but I love him as a character. That's why I pulled for him to begin with.
Nah,
Jian is cool.
FGO's got hot males. Arknights has like characters like Silver Ash.
Yeah, but
fucking-
here's the
what
thing:
else?
like, it's so easy to make a 2D PNG. It's so hard to make a well-looking 3D model.
You're right. They did it on release. Diluc looks like a fucking idiot.
Dude does look like a fucking
Yeah.
idiot. He
He
looks
does.
so
Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking
so like,
bad.
what's your
Fucking
point?
idiot.
It
No,
took
what
them
I'm
a
saying
while
is
to
that like people
figure
say,
out.
"Oh, FGO's models are so good." Okay, yeah, they're 2D PNGs. Who cares?
Hey, but their design's still real good.
Okay.
Gilgamesh, hey, Gilgamesh is fucking hot as shit.
Sure.
That
Yeah.
is true.
absolutely. I mean, like, you said it is a lot harder to make a whole character model kit work than just say, "Here's a PNG." Then when you go in combat, they turn chibi. Like,
Oh
let's
wait,
not.
technically FGO has FGO Arcade, which is 3D models, so it's like they have it.
Yeah,
They
I'm just saying
don't
like
wanna fucking-
the shit with Azure Lane pisses me off. How you pull a character, they're hot as fuck, and then you go in combat, they're like, "Oh, look at their
No,
chibi,
they're
floating
adding a
around."
lobby system with like where you can fully interact with 3D models like
About
Snowbreak.
fucking time.
Bro, Azure
Yeah.
Lane isn't about the game. It's about the fucking menu where you can slap their asses and have
Yeah,
your
the
hand marks
gameplay's
stay on
dog
their ass.
shit. So
That's
Oh
true.
You don't
God,
play
can
the game
do
for that. Yeah.
Yep.
But you know what I love
Y'all-
about Gallagher, bro? I mean, just Gallagher. I'm so happy we have a fucking character with somewhat of a beard.
You get he's
What the
13,
fuck
right?
is? There's no way you call that a beard, bro.
Okay, listen. I said somewhat of a beard because we have
It
never seen
sounds
like a
good.
full-fledged beard yet, but it's good progress.
Varka,
getting there.
guys. I'll have it, I swear.
the
Varka.
problem is that I would also
Deadbeat
like,
Varka.
like a lot of people on the internet, they want gay representation, they want lesbian representation. I would like bald representation. I would like fat representation in a fucking gacha game.
Nobody
Bro,
likes that in Asia, bro.
Yeah,
I know,
and
nobody
like
likes
bald,
that in Asia.
bald doesn't sell, you know. It's
well,
gotta sell.
Okay, well, your mom disagrees, but I'm just saying, like, I just feel like
Tectone, your aesthetic would sell really well for like 12,
NTR?
like 1200, like, back in like the Yuan dynasty when they were worshiping like Buddha. Like,
Yep.
your aesthetic. would
Oh
sell really
my
well.
god,
Where's the
Buddha
market? Where's the
Tectone, that's
market?
fucking crazy.
A fucking
my
Buddha
pro-
statue of
Buddha.
Tectone, bro. That's
Hey, back then,
insane.
Yeah.
Bald, fat
Someone
was like,
edit
oh,
it,
that guy
someone make
eats
it.
well, like he's rich, like like that aesthetic was that. But now, it's not about that.
So your solution is to get him a time machine. That's it.
my thing
Yeah.
is, whenever I see somebody who looks like me in a video game, they're the enemy. And it's like, it's so frustrating. It's like, oh,
So
bald
like that-
equals evil. And that's what happens on
Like
Twitter.
that
They see
media.
bald guys, like, oh, he must be a bad guy.
Lex Luthor looking ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
play
Lex
the villain-
Luthor's badass.
And you play the
though.
villain in real life. It's self fulfilling.
Very true. Very true. All right, well, I think that just about does it for today's cast. Anything else you want to talk about? We're all good to go.
It was a fun time, guys.
Bro, I've been
Yeah.
holding this piss for
That
like
was
an
fun.
hour.
Cool. You did not have to. You did not have to. Yeah. Fob, Pokey, Moojin, Pink, Shinya, Stefan, Feet, thank you so much for being here. It was a fucking blast.
Don't forget to give them the subs.
Jesus Christ. All right, fine. I hope y'all had fun. Thanks for being here. And if y'all ever
Yeah, it
want
was
to
a
do another
blast,
guys again, hit me up. Thank
Thank
you
you,
for having
guys.
me. Think we give me 3 hours of your time.
Bye.
And I will see y'all motherfuckers later.
Yeah,
Bye.
see you, man.
Peace.
I-
Love you guys.
That was so much fun. Shout outs to everybody who was there for that. That was a genuine fucking blast. 3 hours flew the fuck by. Really hope you guys enjoyed Gotcha Cast episode. I don't fucking know. It was good. Such a great group of people. Meeting Stefan was such a blast. It's so funny. Like, so easy to talk to. That was a joy. Meeting Feet was great. Muujin, Fob, Shinya, Pokey, Pink did such a great job. Everybody did such a great job. I really hope you guys enjoyed that. And yeah, we'll see you all next GotchaCast. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.